We gotta get Joego up in here, up in the fantasy grounds.
And we're live! What's going on, guys? Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Saver Dice. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging out with us. My name is Cody with Taking20, and I have some amazing people with me here tonight. We have Jim Davis and Jonathan Pruitt with WebDM. Of course, we have David Friant with Nerdarchy, and we have a special guest hanging out with us for one more night. That is Andrew Armstrong of DawnforgedCast.
But guys, with a white panel van, I can fix that.
here with some special words for our sponsors, David Friant with Nerdarchy.
Hey guys, yes, we have some sponsors. As you can see, we're using Fantasy Grounds, which gives us this virtual reality to play in, and all the awesome maps you're going to see in there is Dungeon Painter Studios,
professional
Pyromancer.com.
But we're back, and I'm excited. You gonna kill us, Jim Davis?
I don't anticipate it happening, but the Undercity's a dangerous place,
Sure.
full of hazards and dangerous denizens, and you guys are hunting for a cast-off, illithid, more like a stillborn fetus.
Neo Larry is what I remember.
Neo Larry. So, good luck.
Well, the floor is yours, buddy.
Right. So we find ourselves. You've passed through the sub basement of the what's it's called, the grotto, the genie controlled bathhouse for planar outcasts and the libertines of the great city of Orichala Palatine, and you find yourselves having descended a spiraling staircase into the old aqueducts and sewers and sub basements and cellars of the undercity of the great city. And so I don't know if you guys can see your map there. Oh yeah.
Even had a key to slot number 1.
Check that out, Pruitt, with the Fantasy Grounds proficiency.
Oh snap!
Just want to take your red dragon in the top left corner, you drag it down to the slot, and there you go, and bring it back anytime.
That's the kind of tips that you're going to get on Saver Dice, and that's the help action in action.
Nowhere else.
Nowhere else. Absolutely nowhere else. And so you find yourself down here. These are like I said, the aqueducts and maintenance tunnels and sub-basements of the great city. Beneath them, further still, are the old vaults of the pre-imperial structures of the city, flooded passageways and the like. And then beneath even that are natural caverns, collapsed structures, and even the abodes of some mages who wish to remain undisturbed are down here in the Undercity itself. I believe that the order of initiative, or sorry, not the order of initiative, but the order of y'all's marching was Robin up front, followed by Joego, Jardon, and then Oliver in the back. Correct?
I believe so.
All right. And I don't know what it is. It is incredibly cold here where I'm at.
And Benjamin Cook, who just gave props to my TARDIS mug, you can find this on oh, never mind. Are we supporting them anymore?
Yes, of course we are. Jesus.
We're all friends.
You can find that on Thinking.
It's that one website.
Fucking cold
website.
shit, man. Cold.
We know them, right? They like us.
They know.
We love Thinking.
Sure we do. And so as your dungeon master sits frigid this February in the frozen north, the heroes find themselves in the humid and fetid sewers of the Undercity. I'm going to let Robin take the lead.
Okay, yeah. Smelling that, Robin, of course, already has his goggles of night pulled down. He's going to take his red handkerchief and pull it up over his nose and just kind of, my old friend. And as he kind of says that out into the darkness, and he will start sneaking forward.
Okay.
And then, just as a reminder, Jim Davis will have out Gerard.
Right. So Gerard is out providing the benefits of a light spell. I think really Oliver's the only one that doesn't otherwise have dark vision, right?
Correct.
Okay, so Gerard is out. We'll say, well, he's wherever all of
And he's got the old scroll tube with light rock in it, so he can cover it up with the cloak.
There you go. Pruitt.
Yes.
Which way are you going?
Well, I mean, I'm just going to continue, I guess, east. 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. So this corridor kind of sort of continues out. The floor is damp, a little soggy from just rubbish and whatnot, but you're not in the actual sort of sewers proper. It looks like ahead of you the hallway splits, going north and south. With your vision, you can see here to the south. It looks like the tunnel has partially collapsed.
Okay. I mean, that thing was like a snake and bleeding and slimy. I mean, can I make a check to see if I can track it or?
Yeah. So, yes, you can. While you're doing that, how about everybody else? What are y'all up to? Joego, you're next.
I guess Joego will also, assist Robin in his tracking.
Okay.
He's got survival.
Gotcha. All right. So you can make. Jardon can see that there is a room beyond this wall up here to the north, and that in it are 4 individuals.
I want to apologize to stream. I just had a total random drop here. I might be having some router issues, so I think we're back up and still running.
Okay.
But the most important thing is I'm now the GM. Woo!
Oh, do we have some shift here? Okay, we had some shifts. I'll get that fixed here real quick.
Roll for initiative, motherfuckers.
We'll get that fixed here just a second, guys.
Dave, you magnificent bastard.
Magnificent bastard. All right. Here we go. Yeah, and Jardon, you can see that there are
it's like it never
4
happened.
dudes. Humans.
Do they look like they're waiting for us or waiting for something?
They look like they're trying to hide and be very very still and quiet, but not necessarily that they're waiting for you.
Men around the corner, hiding, waiting.
You think they see Neo Larry? We can show him what he looks. Well, part of what he looks like, and I wave the piece that I'm holding.
They might. Should ask.
I think Joego's wearing it kind of like a stole or scarf.
Yeah. Okay.
You should toss it around the corner.
Like a dead python around your neck.
Yeah, basically the way the guy was wearing it before he exploded him. Joe's got a pretty good handle on how you wear these things. He's seen it done once.
Yeah. So yeah, Jardon relays that information to the rest of the group. How about Oliver? What's Oliver up to?
So I'm so sorry, Jim. With my everything dropped.
Okay.
So
I feel it.
So catch me up here real quick. We saw some thugs or something like that around the corner.
It looks Jardon has an X-ray vision that he's got going on, and warns you that to the north there are 4 men. They look like they're hiding, and then to the south there is a part of the passageway is collapsed.
So
that's where you're at.
Are they part of any hostile environment that we should be concerned about? Kind of questioning over to Jardon.
Cannot say. Anyone could be minions of the masters, but perhaps they see.
Perhaps we could just dispose of them in a violent but not lethal way. Joego, are you up for that?
Well, sometimes people just live down here.
That's very true. There are people that just live down here. Not excluding, obviously one of them who used to. Probably it still does, yeah. Jardon still lives down here.
If we wish to talk quick.
Are they armed?
Yes, I see weapons, but should not linger long. Beast is getting away, far away.
Oh, Jardon is right. That worm was fast.
It's up to you guys. So we've got a passage blocked down to the south, right? Or is it
You can
partially
squeeze
blocked?
through it. It's partially blocked.
Perhaps we should just sneak by them.
Oh, did Robin come up with anything? Is when he was looking for clues to see what direction?
Yeah,
Nice
let's
of you to
see.
join
So
us, Robin.
What we got? We got Robin over here.
Yeah.
Doing a little investigating. Yes, the slime trail continues south, and you can see scoring along the east wall there, close to the floor near the bottom, where like the acid has sort of started to eat away at the stone. But the trail is also getting more faint, like whatever wound he suffered from Joego's epic struggle in the bath with him is perhaps starting to heal or cauterize.
You should go south.
I agree. So can we just stealth by these guys, Jim Davis, and not even try to mess with them?
They haven't. Jardon's been watching them. They haven't moved at all during this entire exchange while y'all talked it out. And as y'all head south, keeping an eye on them, they don't.
I'm gonna
make any
have
move to follow you.
I'm gonna mentally command Gerard to, tuck away the light, and I'm gonna grab onto Jardon so I can kind of be guided through here without causing any additional external light.
Okay. Looks like Robin has tripped over some loose stones in the
Yeah,
tunnel
I
floor.
rolled a 1 and got a 13 on my stealth. South.
That
There's no crit fails on skill checks, people.
That 13 is like better than some monsters' passive perception.
Yeah,
It is.
I'm just slacking.
What level do you get? What is that? Reliable talent.
Yeah, you might. You probably have reliable talent already. Yeah,
I do, but I'm not moving at half speed. We're in a hurry.
I got you. I feel you.
I'm not moving at half speed either, and I got a 23.
No, Joego is
Totem of the Wolf.
boom.
Wild cherry for those of you guys asking.
Nice. So here we go. You approach a portion of collapsed tunnel. You can squeeze through it single file, hugging the east wall there, or you can attempt to sort of dig it out if you want.
I'm just going to start squeezing past.
Okay.
Having my daggers out, ready for anything.
Okay.
Joego will also arm himself and be ready for anything and squeeze through.
Okay.
Wherever Jardon pulls me.
Wherever Jardon pulls you.
Anywhere you go.
I'm with you, buddy.
Robin can see ahead a stout door with iron banding, and I mean it does not look corroded or sort of degraded in any way, and then a little side passage heading off to the east.
We'll move up to this passage and have a glance down.
Okay. Take a gander down there.
Mm-hmm.
You come with me.
That's very suspicious. The GM rolled a 6-sider.
What's that?
Very suspicious. The GM rolled a 6-sider.
That is a little suspicious.
That's that's some AD&D shit right there.
It really is. My instincts always go to AD&D whenever I do these kind of things. You guys find yourself at an intersection. There's a door to the south with a passageway heading east. From the east, you can all hear the faint sounds of water running, sloshing, that kind of thing. The trail here has gotten a little cold, just the dirt and the rubble. It's kind of difficult to both follow the trail and squeeze through at the same time. But that's where you find yourselves.
I think it's where the water is. It came out of the water.
But by using Occam's razor and Joego's intellect, I think we were onto something.
Occam's razor is a hell of a sword too.
Damn right.
Is Jardon psychically investigating something?
He's trying to locate. He's following the trail as best he can.
Okay.
Psionic residue.
Let's see. Focus your mind to read the psionic imprint left on an object Hold an object, concentrate on it for 10 minutes.
Ooh.
Yeah. But you can like be walking and shit with it as well. There we go. That's quite a bit. Basically, at the end of your concentration, first off, there's the psychic imprint left by this thing's wake. It doesn't take nearly as long as it usually takes you to attune yourself to this object and sort of read its history. And it almost hits Jardon like a physical force, knocking him back a bit on his hindquarters. You feel yourself connected to this creature somehow, a midwife to its birth, as it were, and you sort of just gain an innate sense of where it is, and like it's both its distance and depth. It's beneath you to the east.
It is so hungry, so terrible. Down below.
Below.
Joego, I need you to make me a perception check.
You always down here. It's okay.
I have no memory of this place anymore. Just see them. Only them. Everywhere.
I need Joego and Robin to make me perception checks.
Keep your helmet tight, old friend.
Yeah, Joego need a strap for this thing.
Jogo's too busy messing with his helmet to hear anything. Robin can hear several voices up ahead. I thought I heard something, but I don't. Shh. And then there's a bit of argument back and forth. Sounds like somebody got hit.
Could be more inhabitants. I'll just kind of turn around and say that to everyone quietly. Do we know what this thing can do? Can it take over the minds of men?
I do not know.
Jardon, you seem pretty taken over.
Not yet. Still holding on.
Well, Jardon, if you could just hold on for one more day, that would be great.
We'll
We're
try.
almost there.
Keep the nightmare at bay. As long as we can. As good friends.
And
When we get out of here, Joego make Jardon soup.
yeah, he needs some chicken noodle.
Jardon needs some TLC.
Yeah. So yeah, Robin's gonna kind of slink around the corner, and I am hiding.
Give me a new stealth check for Robin.
And I'm only moving half my speed, so I do get advantage on this stealth check.
Don't you also have like a cloak of elven kind and shit?
Nope, I do not. It's 21.
That's an impressive advantage roll.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go help Robin.
Got a 9.
Okay, you see Jogo's following you. He's not that bad. You see Robin turns the corner and sees 4 of just the most misshapen, hunched over. There's a thing that looks like maybe a halfling or something with a tentacle and a beak, half covered in scales and feathers. There's another one behind him with maybe a bat's face plastered onto a hobgoblin, but the hobgoblin's very short. Looks like it probably has the bottom torso of an arachnid of some kind. They all of them look just wretched and scared shitless as you pop around the corner. They don't see you, but they've got like little makeshift weapons, crude knives and clubs at the ready.
Hey, Robin, do you know those guys?
No, I don't. Do you?
No, but they look kind of weird.
I wouldn't say that to them. They might be sensitive. But you said they look scared also, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna like boom out in the tunnel and be like, turn around and leave now, and you will be able to leave.
Joego jumps out behind him. Have you seen the big
They
worm
shit
thing?
themselves.
Real Larry.
They really lose it. The one in the front is just absolutely petrified, and it like drops like a cudgel or something out of one of its hands. The three in the back bolt. They take off.
Wait, you dropped something.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh.
You guys hear this? Obviously, Oliver and Jardon hear this.
All right. Oh, that's perception, not persuasion. All right. I do have a bonus to this. A little one.
First score of the night, ladies and gentlemen. Did anybody have in the first half hour on the betting pool? No?
No. So like one of them keeps going, and two of them turn back to look at you, and they see their friend just like frozen in horror, and they're just like have this argument with each. We gotta go back for him, and the other one's like, we can't. We gotta run. And that's where we're at. It's a lot of noise. They're being very loud, and it echoes up and down these small, tight corridors over here.
Joego will go over, scoop up the cudgel, and hand it to him. You dropped this, friend.
No fear.
Okay. He's like,
What's that?
And he holds his shaking. His fingers are not even all the same type. Hand out at you.
And then I'll say to it as he's reaching out for the cudgel, did you see anything come through here? Like a snake? Large? Slithering?
Large, yeah.
Which way did it go?
He points down this passageway over here to Joego and Robin's this large room with a hallway going further east.
Going further east?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was that. It was big. And he just sort of like is looking at you like you're about to, beat him up or something.
Just kind of lean closer to him and just be like, leave.
He just like he squawks out of his little beaked mouth.
Joego totally puts his fist on his hips and turns on Robin. Why are you scared of that little guy? Don't be a bully.
It's best if they're scared of us so they stay out of our way.
He's just a little, I don't know what he was. He was just scared.
Mm-hmm. You must use that fear, Joego. Just because you don't possess it doesn't mean that others don't.
Oh no, Joego gets afraid of ghosts.
Never let anyone know that. That is your weakness.
Joego not weakness, smart. See, ghosts run. You know what happened to you with the ghost last time, Robin.
I agree.
Joego had to hold you down.
You should be a little bit more afraid of ghosts, Robin. Just saying.
Well,
It wouldn't hurt.
technically, I ain't.
Robin ain't afraid of no ghosts. What's a ghost gonna do? It's just gonna get in you,
Yeah.
and control you for a while. You might have a nice time.
Yeah.
If it's a ghost that hadn't possessed a body in a while, we might want to go eat a bunch of nice things and
Go to a whorehouse?
sure. I was gonna say like have a nice bath, but
At the whorehouse?
carnal yes, afterwards. Remember before as well.
I don't know. I think the warehouse might be safer. The last time we went someplace for a bath, it got really ugly fast.
That's
really
true.
true. That's very kind of true.
True. So Robin is going to slink over to this next passageway and continue the pursuit.
Robin can see what looks to be a small landing, and then the sewage and other foul runoff of the city as it makes its way through the sewers.
Joego don't like the way it smells over here.
Yeah, it's really smells kind of bad. I mean, the people that sort of live out here, I mean, they don't really take care of themselves that well. They don't eat right. It shows.
I'm gonna kind of monitor this back hallway here, Jim, a little bit. While
give me a perception check from Oliver.
yeah, sure. It's a thing I can do. That's a thing I can do.
Roll that virtual die.
Oh, snap.
Fantasy Grounds. I am at college in the house with the super chat.
Boom.
Thanks.
All right, we got a 13, buddy. Down the hallway.
Got a 13 down the hallway. Yeah, you can see. Well, let me see what you see. Yeah, you can see one of the mongrel folk, the one with the bat face, poke its head around the corner, like, and then dart back out.
Just gonna kind of have Gerard stand there with the light, kind of looking down the hallway, and then flash it up on his mask face, and then have the light go out real quick.
Those poor mongrel folk.
I know. I feel a little bad for him. I'm gonna have to start a second
Just
one.
floating cloak and mask with light on face,
They're already
and then gone back
scared
into pitch
shitless.
black.
I like including tiny little pissant creatures just to see how the players treat them. Just, especially at this level.
I think we hit the middle ground. We didn't murder them, but we weren't really nice to them either.
They're just lucky that their random encounter with you didn't go that bad.
So Jim, at the corner here at this landing, so we see just a river of pretty much shit.
It's runoff. It's shit. You're sitting underneath some of the less densely populated areas of the city. These are mostly squatters and
It's a nice part.
Right. People who just want to be left alone tend to live out here. And people that want to be left alone tend to be reclusive alchemists, animancers, all kinds of people experimenting on things and flushing their failed experiments down the drain. That's what you're about to step into.
Ooh, we could get superpowers. Robin, you think Neo Larry in there?
Well, it does seem conducive for its mode of motion. So, it might be lying in wait for us. Who knows? I mean, you gave it the squeeze pretty good, right?
Yeah, Joego squeeze hard. You want Joego to go first?
Maybe. The edges here, are they like an actual ledge?
Yeah, there's maybe 3 inches down to the water. There's the stains and whatnot on the rock suggest that sometimes it does spill over.
Mm-hmm. Wait, those are rocks in the sewage?
Those are just things floating.
Okay. Oh, you mean just like
those are like the butt wipe globs of the city.
Oh.
We call actually in the industry the term is grease. After that stuff collects and gets processed for a while.
I've seen that dirty jobs. It's grease.
I've lived it. So.
Oh my god, I can't imagine.
We did light industrial and commercial.
I wanna quickly give Joego a bit of inspiration.
Okay.
Which at this point is a D10, bud.
Oh, nice.
Well, nice.
I'm gonna jump on the ledge and try and walk along the ledge. I guess if we're going this way.
And Jim, is that a tunnel continuing on north there?
That's a tunnel continuing on north that you can see. The water is flowing north to south, west to east. Joego, I need you to make me an athletics check for one. And then Joego can see sort of a break in the wall there. There's kind of a masoned gap, like an archway that's there. And then it looks like Joego can hear the sound of like rushing, falling water that's coming not too far up ahead. All 23 right. Is more than enough to get there. This is looks like a small maintenance room with a hatch in the floor.
Ooh. Oh, Joego, find way. Joego, find the way. Down. Go open the hatch.
Looks like a ladder leading down. The air down there is moldy as it's just like hits you like a wave of mildew.
Joego is hit by inspiration. He's seen Robin do something one time and he wants to try it. He wants to just try and slide down the ladder.
All right. You're gonna do that right now?
Yeah. I'm
gonna try to make the jump as well with all of it.
It's a 21.
All right. You slide down the ladder perfectly well until the ladder stops, and you're gonna take some falling damage.
Ooh, can I try and grab the bottom rung?
Yeah, you can make a dex save.
Okay.
DC,
good. Dex saves. I get advantage on those.
Let's say
Inspiration.
DC is.
And I do have
you do have
inspiration.
an inspiration. DC's 15.
All right. I won't use the inspiration yet. Let's see what we get. That is a 14. What did you say?
DC's 15.
All right. I'm going to use my inspiration, so that'll do it. Bang!
All right. So Joego takes his inspiration, slides down the ladder. You go down about 15 feet. Perfect. Right? Like it's awesome. And then one hand suddenly feels nothing. And then at the last second, you grab a hold with your other hand as you're just dangling there against the moldy, mildewy side of a tunnel.
For an instant, Joego felt just like Robin.
It happens.
You can see in your dark vision that it's about another 30 feet down to the floor.
Guys, watch out. The ladder stops.
So yeah, I got a 22 athletics to try to make the leap over.
You guys can hear all this. You can hear Joego open the hatch and start yippee-ki-yay down.
Joego? Like maybe like right as I land, I hear him go, ah!
Yeah.
Joego, they go down the hole.
If only we had somebody who could transform into a lizard.
Got his brain scooped out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring out, since I hear him say it's another 30 feet, I'm gonna bring my rope out and tie it off to the top rung and drop it.
Okay. There's a rung. There's the thing. I need Jardon and Oliver to make me athletics checks to keep their. I guess it could be also acrobatics if you have it to keep your balance.
He's gonna walk through.
Thank God.
None of you have
26.
Are all of yours? Does anyone have exposed skin? Jardon doesn't count. He's got scales.
Yes, I would. Oliver
You'd
would.
have exposed skin. All right.
Yeah, I mean my face at least.
But I mean, like, you're not rocking a kilt, my man. Is what I'm asking.
I'm not rocking a kilt, buddy. Go with the sewage. That's not a thing that's happening.
You're not pulling an Ajax.
No one's wearing like cargo shorts and some sandals or anything like that.
No.
There's all high boots and leather pants in this crew.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. So, all right.
Yeah.
Nothing happens then. Nobody gets a strange arcane rash on their genitals.
I'm trying. I don't know. I'm like, does Joego actually wear?
Hooray!
Oh man!
All right. So Robin has affixed a rope.
Caught a case of magic measles.
Robin's fixed a rope to a rung in the thing,
and then I'll zip down.
Yeah. You guys are accomplished adventurers, and you're also like sliding down a maintenance shaft that's like barely even 5 feet wide. You can't even fully outstretch your arms in it, so it's like super easy to climb down if you have a rope. It's time for a new map, gentlemen.
I wonder where you made that map in, buddy.
I made all of tonight's maps in Dungeon Painter Studio. Super easy, very quick. As we all know, we try not to make them very elaborate for Dave, but I made them as elaborate as I thought they were appropriate. Super easy to do. Here we go. Let me share this map with you. I don't know if you guys can see.
Here's a map for Dave.
That's very considerate of you, Andrew.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like
I
it's
thought you
trying
were
to
maybe
grab
showing
him.
that from Dora.
Hey man, sometimes you gotta just work in paint. You just gotta make it happen.
Yep. Sometimes you do. All right, put y'all's tokens on the board. The air down here is foul. It's got that wet wood sort of smell, mildewy, moldy, and downright dank.
Yeah, I think of this group, I'm the only one you don't really have to explain that smell to.
Here we go.
Exactly.
There's a small room. It looks like there's flaked plaster that's covering some sort of cobblestone on the floor. Some sort of water or sewage has leaked in through the collapsed bottom portion of this ceiling, and it's fully collapsed. The ceiling doesn't. You can
Cody
tell
doesn't
where it
apparent-
fell through, but not.
There's no audio apparently in the
Yeah.
chat. That's what's saying in the chat.
No audio at
I'm
all?
having weird drops here, guys. I apologize. Is
no
it
worries.
back up? Is it back up?
I don't know.
I'm so sorry, man. I'm so
Fixed.
sorry. I hate
It's
it.
fixed.
We'll call Frontier.
Dun, 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 dun. All right. I will. Let's see. All right. So there's some rubble that the party thinks is relatively old, and they're fairly certain they know where it came from, but it might take a while to dig enough of it out that they could squeeze through. 10 minutes or so.
Joego won't even think about it. He just starts digging.
Okay.
He might sing a little song. While
I'm
he does it.
gonna casually cast haste on Joego to make this go a little faster.
Okay.
And
Jogo digs really fast. Anybody help Jogo?
Yeah, I'm gonna help him. I have a decent athletics.
I am helping him.
Okay. I mean, if the three of you do it, it'll take a third of the time. So take like.
I'll sit and
one of you's
whimper.
help. Oh,
So it's like there's three of them
Jardon,
doing
keep
it.
it together.
yeah. It takes like 3 minutes or so. And a little less than that, actually, like 2 minutes with Joego going. As you start digging through, you can see a larger room that there's sort of like a little bit of this rubble pile, and then a large murky pool of water. But it otherwise looks like a large, some sort of vault. It's got like an arched ceiling with like the kind of the masonry that's sort of crumbled and collapsed. Looks like maybe one of those arches is what's collapsed here.
Oh man, Joego just got a bath.
Passageway is heading west and east.
Well, remember, Joego, we have to go back up through the bathhouse to get out. So we'll bathe on the way out.
That's a good idea.
They owe us, right?
I mean, owe us.
So, and I guess Joego will put one foot in to try and figure out how deep it is.
Okay. So as Joego slides down the other side, let's see.
What could go wrong?
Yeah, make me just actually I'm feeling acrobatics on this one, a controlled slide.
Ooh, Jogo's so good at acrobatics too. I mean, you didn't like that, huh? All right. Let's see. Oh, that's it.
It's an 11.
It's better than average.
First off, better than average. You start to shimmy your way down without causing an avalanche or losing control, and just at the last minute sort of slip and go from landing on your feet to what you would be landing on your butt, and you go fully submerged to your head in the murky water, hitting a bunch of rocks down along the way.
Ugh, Joego comes out sputtering. Now
Yeah,
he's
you're having to tread water. It's
I'll just
you're
swim
not-
to the other side.
Okay.
Ugh.
Somebody else doing while Jogo's doing this.
I'm gonna be following Joego through there, and so
From the top there down to the sewage edge.
can I make it to like the far right over here, like over here?
Yeah, make me an acrobatics check.
Like
to
basically
navigate
running, because with mobile I can ignore difficult terrain.
Mhm.
And I'm just basically going to try to do like a 5-foot running jump to like jump down the wall, maybe like kick up and run along the wall to land like near where Joego is to avoid the sewage.
Yeah.
That's
along.
one
That's a
hell of a
good. Yeah, that's a good.
I mean,
25.
I can technically jump with my athlete feet and all that. I can
Yeah.
jump like 18 feet without
Make me
rolling.
an athletics check. Ben.
Oh, Joego will try and catch you and pull you over.
Okay, Joego.
Because the walls here are like fucking gross slippery.
Well, I got a 14.
14.
Slightly better than average. A little
Right.
bit above better than average.
You make it most of the way, and at the and as you get towards the end, do slip and fall. Joego is gonna have to catch you. You hit a patch of green something.
Is that athletics?
Yeah.
You see my big anime eyes like, please catch me, Joego.
Come on. I cannot hit the box to save my life tonight.
It's Valentine's
Oh
Day.
God! Oh, so much yes.
Jogo's
Oh,
pop
man.
falls over his eyes at the last minute.
Yeah, Rob, you catch Robin, and the two of you fall prone on this little strip of greasy, slimy stone that's there. And,
It's in my mouth.
and that's when you see out of the water
Here it comes.
comes.
Oh,
where
shit.
are we?
Oh,
I
shit.
saw those low rolls on the die six. I knew it was coming.
You see some heads start popping up out of the water.
Oh shit.
Oh, yep. You guys are your half squares drive me crazy.
It messes with mucks with your
Oh
OCD.
my God, it
What,
does
you
so
don't-
badly.
You want? Can I put this one right here?
You
Like that,
put
is
it
that all right?
in between all
Can I
four
do-
of them.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy.
Just ride all the corners.
You never played that role where you just like throw some minis on a coffee table and just
Oh yeah, and then you
Yeah.
stand them up and line them up in the squares.
no, there's
No,
no
we're talking-
squares.
we're talking no squares. It's just a coffee
There's
table.
just a coffee table.
Use like a spoon for
You
a
eyeball
fin.
it. So these creatures, right? They look they resemble Jardon. They look like degenerate, savage Jardon. And they sort of like pop up out of the water. They're sort of like, do this thing. You can sort of see their reptilian eyes sort of staring back at you through their little membranes. And they kind of start rising out. They've got stuff with them.
Oh
They've
shit.
got like, they're carrying things. They're carrying like what looks like a dead body of a goblin. One of them is also carrying, one of them, between two of them are carrying a pole with like a massive grub of some kind with tendrils and tentacles all around it. Robin would recognize it as a carrion crawler. And then a third one has a big sack that you can hear like the sound of maybe coins or something metallic chinking against one another. But there are these others. This is as Oliver and Jardon are kind of climbing out of the rubble. Joego and Robin have fallen into each other on this patch.
Joego gets really excited because he's like, "Oh my God, it's like a whole bunch of Jardons."
Yes, right.
I don't think they're nice like Jardon though, Joego.
They might
Yeah.
be. You don't know. Let's have a chat. Can we call out to them?
They start hissing and making gestures at you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna draw my bow and kind of be like, gentlemen, yes, over here, please.
All right, yeah, you got the attention of a couple of them.
That's far enough. That's far
Fix
enough.
this for
My
Cody.
friends,
This is not thrown off his game.
my friends and I are just looking for mere passage. We're looking for something far more deadly than you, and we prefer not to be delayed. Yes. Hiss back to you too. All well and good. I really would prefer not to have to kill you this evening. And how about you give us a little direction instead?
Getting away. He's getting away.
Jardon, what are they saying?
Jardon can hear them. It's a primitive form of the language that you spoke. It's, they're basically like warning you to back away.
Can I go and dip into my bag of holding? I just want to pull out like a small gem. I mean, it's just small. Just kind of hold it up. Be like, passage.
Make me a persuasion check.
Say it slower and louder.
Passage. Yeah, 14. I mean, it's only a natural 2.
No, but still, right? 14 is still a 14. They first off, they don't have weapons out. They have weapons, but they're not in hand threatening. And the two of them who are still in the water closest to where Oliver is sort of like crane their heads like that Dilophosaurus from Jurassic Park, like one of those things, and seem intensely interested in what you have there in your hand. they're coming closer towards you.
Yeah, I'm not scared of them. I'm not worried about it. Have they stopped hissing in essence?
The two that are on the dry stone are still kind of like hunched and at the ready, but they're not necessarily threatening. They're making weird frilly noises to each other as well.
I want to turn and kind of beckon Jardon. Jardon, why don't you join me up here? And try to get him to like meet squarely with me, because that way they can't kind of come up and surround me.
Gotcha.
So Jim Davis, I know we've been away. I know I've had many travels. I've got my bag of holding. Anything you think that I might be able to pull out of here that could be cool? Maybe like a headdress or something like that for my travels.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of stuff.
Interesting skull, perhaps.
I mean, that troglodyte to show off.
Preferably not a troglodyte skull.
Yeah, there's any number of the area I think where you mentioned you're adventuring in is sort of like south coast of Spain, Morocco sort of location.
And I did spend some time with the elves.
He did spend some time with the elves that live there. So yeah, you've got a lot of things to delight the senses in your bag of holding. I imagine. Sure,
that's what I want to do. I want to pull out something that Oliver would think, this is a trinket, but it's cool and interesting, and maybe they'll let us pass.
Okay. So they seem like they know this place rather well and are picking out the fallen bits of masonry that give them some height advantage and are able to kind of walk up out of the water. And the two of them approach Oliver and seem interested in what you have. Their hands are open. They're staring at the gemstone and your trinket.
Yeah, I don't want to charm them. I don't want to charm them. That's a bad idea. So yeah, I'm just going to extend my hand out with an interesting wooden sculpture that I found or made during my time with the elves.
Okay.
Every time Oliver pulls something out, I'm like patting Robin on the shoulder. Do you think he made that? Did he make that? Do you think he killed that? Oh my God!
He probably killed the thing that made it.
Probably. They take the trinkets, the wooden statue and the gem.
And I bow and I kind of point like to pass.
Mm-hmm.
Do they nod?
They seem they seem fascinated by them, and one of them in the back that you can see is the one that had the sack, and it's like, of course, waterlogged and everything, but you can hear the distinct sound of chainmail, and just like bits of stuff in a bag. One of them looks like what might have a rapier as the spear point for one of their spears. But they take it back, and they're all fascinated about it and looking. Even the two up on the top are like, "Oh, what's this? What could I have?" And they seem uninterested, really, in blocking your passage.
I'm gonna, Jardon, I believe that is our cue.
Yes, must hurry
quickly now. And yeah, I'm gonna walk. I'm gonna just sludge right through this thing, man. No fear. I'm not trying to stay pretty and clean.
Okay.
They look like they're all set up to start line dancing.
Yeah. So they were coming kind of from this passageway to the northwest here. They were sort of swimming in that direction when they surfaced, and then it looks like they keep going somewhere south. They resubmerge, and don't bother you anymore.
Dude, awesome. Let's just push through this.
Okay.
Well, that was a close one.
Which way? You got a passageway going
east,
northwest, or passageway going east?
I say we go east. I don't know, because that's the same direction that Jardon sensed it was down and east, right?
Well, that was 30 feet above and considerable amount of movement since then. Jardon's senses at the moment are giving him conflicting readings. Whatever it is beneath you, but you don't get a sense laterally where it is.
It's everywhere. It's in the walls.
It's in the walls, man. Game over, man. So yeah, you're getting
Pretty
weird.
screwed, huh? No, that's so. All right. Well, what say you? I say we go east. I'd rather not dredge through the sludge, or vice versa.
Oh, look, the floors got nicer.
Yeah, the floors aren't near as wet here. I mean, they're slimy and wet just because everything in this level is slimy and wet. But they're not submerged. Just a second. Joego has something happen to him as he moves beyond here. Who's right behind Joego? Robin was coming up behind him. Yes.
Yeah.
Have Robin make me a perception check. Joego, have you make me a perception check too as you move out into the hall.
All right.
Boom.
So just like look right at whatever it is.
No.
That's a 29.
That's 29.
That's a 21, not a 20.
So let's see here. Joego kind of catches movement out of the corner of his eye as he rounds this passageway, and what for a brief moment appears to be just a flickering shadow on the wall from Gerard's light source quivers with anticipation and falls like a wet sheet over onto Joego.
Rage. I will not be surprised.
All right. Let me get y'all back here for a second. You guys have dodged all my combat encounters up until now.
Diplomacy.
Yeah, so you see another one fall off the wall onto practically nothing, but the one nearest Joego is so you're not surprised. Actually, let's just go ahead and roll initiative.
That's a thing we can do.
That is a thing we can do.
Ha-ha!
Boom. Oliver Ridley got 12.
I got 16, sir.
9.
9. 9.
That's a
Oh wait,
20.
no, that's the other show. Can't do that.
That is the other show.
We have 4s. They have 9s.
They do have 9s on that other show that occasionally gets occasionally people see.
On this show, we'd kill for a 9.
This thing
That was a good one, Dave. Kill 4 and 9.
Kill 4 and 9. Very good. All right, these things are going
What are
to.
they?
What's that?
What are they? What do they look like?
They look like giant sheets of oily gunk that were clinging to the wall and then fall on to Joego. So I need to remember how to click and make rolls. If that's a thing that happens. It is
Got the pudding on the barbarian.
Yeah, there is a pudding on the barbarian.
Jesus.
Sorry, I'm
it's gonna make its attack, and then we'll get into initiative order. Does 12 hit Joego?
12 does not hit a Joego.
12 does not get hit Joego. All right. You managed to dodge out of the way of it as it just quivers itself off the wall and lands in a giant sloppy puddle in front of you. It's your turn, Joego.
I think Jogo's normal tactics are not going to be very effective against this thing. But Joego doesn't know that. So Joego will attempt to pummel this thing.
All right.
Oh, yes.
Punch that pudding.
That's the kind of thing.
25. Does that hit?
Yeah, it's AC 7.
So that's it's 11 points of damage. It is magic, if that matters. Knuckles.
You know, Jim Davis, that might be the kind of thing, you know, a DM might reward inspiration die too.
How's that?
Attacking a pudding. Black pudding.
Attacking a pudding with their fists?
Because they know that that's their character mechanism.
As a bonus action, Joego is going to try and scoop up the pudding and grapple it.
Okay. So Joego starts hitting it, and so you got your hits in. How much damage did you do for the first one?
11.
11. Okay. And here we go. And then for the next one, you can feel, not immediately, but like the first time you hit and pull back, and you've got like this sort of sticky, oily residue on your hand, and it immediately starts to itch and irritate. And within seconds, it's like a burning, stinging sensation. And
So
you can-
Joego grapples it, then he tries to fling it away from himself.
Okay.
And
Let's see.
and
God.
since it hurt, it makes him angrier, so he'll punch it again.
We're gonna have to roll some damage for you. That should take here in a second. But its grapple check is only a 7.
Yeah, yeah. So
it
he
tries to like jelly itself onto you.
okay. And so I have to avoid the grapple.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you got let's see. That was one. You've hit it twice and you grappled it, yes?
Yeah, yeah. So 17 to fling it away from me.
All right.
And I take it that hit the
Yeah.
18.
Yes, that hit. You're gonna take 11 acid damage.
Okay. What I roll a die for? That sucks. What a waste of a 20.
What a waste of a 20.
Because I went to grab the damage for the then it curse me. All right, I gotta roll that. Okay. So all right, so 10 points.
10 points. All right. So that was 11 and then 10. Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Damage.
And I took 11 acid.
Yeah, you took 11 acid damage.
All right.
All right. So you pummel it, and it's like hitting bread dough, right? Like when you smash into it, it just absorbs the force of your attack. It's hard to tell at all if you did anything to it. You know that you're covered in its sort of acidic residue that's slowly eating away at your clothing and your if you wear any armor or anything like that, that's just getting onto you.
Get off, Joego! Get off! Gross! Get off! And they'll just keep pummeling away.
It's now Jardon's turn.
All right. He's still struggling at this. If he can see them, I guess he'll have to move closer.
Yeah, we'll move a little bit closer to see him. All you really saw were some shadows pass along the wall.
Taking too long. He's getting away. Please. Quick. He's going to reach out with his mind and try and blow it away.
All right.
Intelligence save, so that's a fail.
Yeah. I'll say.
16 psychic damage.
16 psychic damage is you. Because you're just, it quivers in response. It's like psychoactive, right? So it's like for a minute as you blast it with energy, it sort of like does the sort of wave form of itself. And then it sort of like goes back to looking like an oily puddle after you blast it. Perfect.
Did.
Cool. Oliver.
Let me unmute here. All right, so Oliver's going to run over here with his spider climbing boots. So I am up and onto the wall here.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and fire down at the one to the south. So I'm going to cast haste on myself.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use a bonus action to fire off an extra attack.
Nice.
This is with a magical bow. Whoa, that did not... I guess that did not roll. I'm so sorry. Why did that not do that? Actions.
I'll let you keep that damage if you hit.
Here we go. So 28.
14 magical piercing damage. And that's, you said that's the one to the south?
That's the one to the south. So I'm going to just fire off an arrow.
It sinks deep in, and as you watch it, it's sort of like you can already see it start to like eat away at the arrow and melt it.
Awesome.
So that's your action, bonus action. Robin Steele.
Okay, since Joego is in melee with this one to the south, I'm basically going to do like a 5-foot run up against this wall and just kind of run up the wall to get on the other side of it.
Okay.
And as I do, just run my daggers along its body.
Nice.
So I never really leave its threatened space. And yeah, I just want to do basically like 2 attacks.
Okay.
So first one is a 22 to hit.
22 is going to hit. AC 7.
Yeah. And so it's going to be 16 damage from the magical blade.
Okay.
So I use my sneak if I can sneak.
Yeah, there's no There's none of that discernible anatomy business.
And then I rolled a 3, and that's a hit also.
That's a hit, correct?
Yes! Rolled a 4 for damage, so that's 8. I know it doesn't really matter on the D4, but still.
That's still, and you're lucky it's not, nobody does slashing damage, so that's kind of nice to not have to mess with
As
that.
I run along and just kind of like stab into this thing as I run along.
Right, so everybody's clustered around here on this one towards the south, right? And I guess I gotten it mixed up for a minute. If that's the case and no one has attacked the one from the north, which I don't think they have, then this one to the south is actually, you can see that part of it has gone more liquid after suffering some of y'all's attacks, and you can see some of it sort of like leaked out onto the stone. I mean, it's still corrosive, right? But it's sort of like half melted jello now, as opposed to a solidified gacky substance. I love it.
So we've gone from pudding to jello, but stayed within brand.
Correct. Pudding, but not. I just found out that English people call it jelly and not jello, and I was just blown away. I was like,
English people are weird.
well,
Miss you, Will Jones.
I do miss Will Jones. That's okay. I was watching the Great British Bake Off, and that's my DM recharge right now. That's my DM recharge.
It's a fantastic show.
And the master class is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
They call jello jelly. What do they call jelly? They call it jam, right?
Jam. They make jam, and it's always homemade. They never buy store-bought jam. They always they pop the raspberries in the saucepan, stir them up, and that's all. The sugar, whatever, pectin. I don't know what else they need. Anyway,
The more you know.
the black puddings that you're fighting, though, they have a different source of origin. One's more arcane and nefarious than British trifles. So this one that y'all been fighting makes a feeble attempt to attack. It's not. Single-mindedly going after its original prey. 20 hits Joego?
Oh, yeah.
20 hits Joego. That is going to be, looks like it's going to be 8 bludgeoning and an 18 acid. You resist all of the whatevers, yeah. Everything but psychic, right?
Everything but psychic, yep.
All right, so you've done that, and then it is, yeah. So it like forms just a rudimentary fist out of its gelatinous quivering mass, and like tries to like just bring it down across Jogo's neck and shoulder area, hitting Joego, but otherwise,
You don't punch Joego. Joego punch you.
All right, how do I get back? And then let's see, where's my other guy? The other one is going to sneak up here.
Put your screen sharing, you fool.
I'm not as good as Andrew.
Oh, God.
I'm sure that is going to just mess up the whole order now.
It did it?
You did?
No, I didn't. It's fine.
This one behind you is going to attack Oliver.
No, he's not. I'm on the wall. I dodge. I say mean things.
You need to check your monster manual, man. These guys can climb on the
I
wall.
say mean things.
16 hit you?
That's the other
Does
kind of
not
bug.
hit me with haste going.
Okay, so it attempts to, but doesn't.
Yeah, I
That's
get
the
the plus
end
2
of,
to AC at the moment.
That's the end of this combat. Joego, round 2.
Joego round 2. All right. Joego, seeing how effective his attacks are, is going to continue with them.
You're going
What
to
he
beat this
does.
pudding to death.
He is. He's just double fisting. Bah, bah. He won't try and grapple it anymore because it hurts. Does a 13 hit?
Yes, a 13 hits. You miss on a 1, basically.
Nice. So that's 11 damage. That's it's another 12 damage, and I will take a offhand attack. And
I think you might have gotten him in 2 before you need to use your offhand.
so
So those 12 and 10.
yeah,
Your first one gets him. You hit him with the first one, and it just like it's like hitting you know how sometimes when there's like a tarp over a pool and you just want to like smack it really good because it feels nice. That's what it feels like.
So once it stops moving,
It collapses into a watery puddle.
okay. So I will I will like run and kick off this wall and Superman punch the other one, and then he can have those 2 attacks.
Yeah.
How
No
much
problem.
acid damage have I taken?
Let's see. Hit it once. You take a D8 every time you attack it.
Okay,
6
so that's
acid.
3.
I thought my internet dropped for a second. I got
What's
panicked. Everybody got quiet. I was just like,
It
oh
did.
god.
We did get quiet for a
Oh
second.
god. There's a chat. We can't hear anything. Oh god, I'm buffering.
Joego hits the other one. He's doing a Superman punch on the other.
You owe me 2 more
Jardon's
damage dice, I think, right?
Yeah, Jardon's gonna be up next. Oh, I forgot you already rolled them all. My bad.
Yeah.
It's gonna be eight more acid damage, and Jardon is up.
Mind thrust.
Oh yeah, this thing can't even begin to save. 15. Look at this guy. All right. There we go. Let's see. So we got 15 on the black pudding. And then Joego had done something like 22 to that one as well. All right. Oliver, you're up.
All the tokens disappeared from me on the map.
For real?
Yeah, I don't see them on the map.
What happened to
Do you guys see them on the map, or is it just me?
No, I don't know. What
Yeah,
happened to
both puddings would disappear.
both puddings. There's still a pudding there. I'm
Okay, cool. So, is there
Some different layer?
No, I'll figure it out.
So, Jogo's got this one next to me. I'm going to fire off. There's still the one to the south, right?
To the north.
There's only one to the north, correct?
Yeah, Joego
Yeah,
killed
there's
the
just
south.
Okay,
there's just
so
one
yeah,
left.
man, I'm gonna fire off three shots. 14. Does that get there?
There's that 4. There's that 4.
Does it actually get there for the pudding?
I'm telling you, you miss on a 1.
Okay.
It's AC 7.
So this is 7 magic damage. I'm gonna fire again. Not a 1. Another 10 magic damage, 17 magic damage, and then I've got not a 1, and so then I've got another 12 magic damage. So that's 29 magical damage as Oliver's just boom, 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 firing off these arrows.
Yeah, your magic is like finding what little substance that it has, and you can see it just before your eyes. As it's disintegrating your arrows, you are starting to turn it into a watery puddle.
Awesome. Bards are best. And I'm gonna climb further up the wall, maybe.
Okay. You're pretty confident that it can climb after you. Robin, it's your turn.
Oh my.
Such a thing. All right, climb around here.
Perfect. So Robin is going to run straight at Jogo's back and basically kind of vault off of his back and do like a jump with a half twist.
Mhm.
Because that's only like a 10-foot jump. That's like nothing for him.
You gotta like curl up tight to not avoid hitting the ceiling. But yeah,
Oh, that's fine. I can do that. If you want me to make an athletics roll, I don't mind. But
This
basically,
child's play for you.
yeah, just do it like a half twist, and when I come down, just like stab it with both daggers.
Because don't you also have expertise in athletics?
Yeah,
You have athlete and
I got a plus
expertise in
9.
athletics. Jeez,
yeah. I had a concept and I went with it.
you sure as hell did. I appreciate that. I really like that. That's a hit.
So first one is 21 damage from a dagger.
You land in
Nice.
its puddle.
Sweet. Yes. Now then, I guess it got its just desserts.
Oh God.
Oh, there it is.
No, not a thing. That didn't happen.
I had to think for a split second, but it
There
finally.
you
Finally
There you
sprung.
There you go. Yeah, so this all happens in a flash, right? The shadows pop out. You guys dispatch of them, but they are, and they're slowly just disintegrating into big puddles on the floor. Your boots smolder as you stand in them. What's the next move, gentlemen?
I will step away from the smoldering puddle.
Okay.
I just got these boots like 6 months ago, and they've treated me well.
Yeah.
Um,
You leave a bit of a sticky black footprints for a while. Even though they're false, they're still sticky.
Joego is like touching the spot on his chest, going, ow, ow.
Yeah, it totally
Ow.
burns.
Yes, see, Joego, you're not supposed to punch them, but you did do a wonderful job, to be very candid with you.
Joego punch everything.
yeah.
Yes, indeed. Joego punch everything.
He's getting away. He's getting away.
Right.
So north or south, gentlemen?
Jardon?
I don't know. North, south, both.
Is there slime? Is there any like trails or anything we can see? I mean,
you guys lost the obvious trail a while ago. You'll have to.
So here's my question. Since we've just came out of that last room, was there anything like extra from that kind of pit that might have slid north or south out of that water?
You're gonna have to do some investigating to find out. Right now, any tracks would also be covered in the dissolving corpses of 2 black puddings, so it's gonna be a bit difficult.
Yeah, I'm gonna move to a little bit north of the north one and a little bit south of the south one, and I'm looking for acid pitting and all that fun stuff.
Oh yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Damn, Jardon.
Yeah. No shit. Jardon, you find that. Look at my map. Parts of it you can't see. Jardon searches for quite a while and thinks that he sees a bit of scoring on the wall, probably from the Neothelid, leading to the south.
This way.
All right, I will start heading that way then, heading south. Oh,
I'll follow in the back.
sorry. Grabbed the wrong token. My
That's
bad.
what she said.
I didn't mean to grab you like that, Joego.
Oh, it's okay, Robin. You can drive me anytime.
As you approach this room, I need.
This is all great, bud.
Yeah, I know. I need. I need Jardon to make me a wisdom save, and I need. Yeah, just Jardon right now.
Oh, my brains.
Yeah, you're getting like just a massive just pressure in your head. You're feeling yourself as you approach this room. Those who can sort of see into it see a sort of mass of tangled debris and just like wooden bits and fur and stone and all this other stuff. And Jardon just kind of like gets within 5 feet of the opening and damn near collapses.
Here, close. All around. Here, close.
Jardon, get back. And I'll kind of like grab him and pull him back away from that opening.
Okay. And
then, can I inspire him as well? I'm gonna try to inspire him in case mechanically in case he has to make another save, but just try to offer up some words of encouragement for him.
Uh-huh. And does anybody go in the room?
I'll go take a look.
Joego goes in.
What are you so scared of, Jardon?
Oh, shit.
Joego goes in and disturbs a rat's nest of rats. And there are hundreds of them in this sort of just pile of debris and whatnot. The air around Joego starts to vibrate, and it's sort of like this weird. The rats kind of like hyper focus into Joego, and the rest of the background for him just kind of blurs out into an indistinct mess, and like all you can feel are the rats.
Why are you in our lair? Get out!
We look for Neo Larry.
The worm who came through here disturbed our rest.
Yeah, Neo Larry. We want to get rid of him.
Okay.
Why did it have to be rats?
And they're just like chittering all in their sort of hindquarters, looking up at you, like hundreds of them all in unison, looking right at Joego.
I fish out Badger from my from one of my pouches.
Your ferret.
Yeah. Badger, look, it's you cousins.
A bunch of them bar their teeth at the ferret. They don't seem happy.
Why you get angry?
Why you two have disturbed our slumber twice now? One of you from the surface has come down here.
We try to get rid of Neo Larry. We want help.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion.
Anybody else do think?
Yeah,
You
can
guys-
I fetch an instrument?
All you guys hear the chittering of a bunch of rats.
Can I pull out my
Come on,
flute?
leave it 20.
Yeah.
Oh, 17 in my persuasion.
Look at that.
Joego with
Look at
persuasion.
that, Joego.
Yeah, you can pull out a flute if Oliver wants to help out.
Smell fairy things love Joego.
Some of the rats that are closest to you.
I'll fish out food.
Oh, what kind of food?
He's got all kinds of like day old like sweets and
It's
stuff like
a
that.
smorgasbord for rats.
Yeah, he drops down Indian style and starts laying things out.
Yeah.
He's going to have a picnic with these cranium rats.
Right.
Tea party.
They sniff the closest ones are like, and like one of them gingerly sort of like reaches out, and you can even see others like reflexively reaching out even though there's nothing there to grab, and they take the food and then like sort of literally like break off a little bit and pass it around in a unified sharing rat colony thing.
Joego will start kind of humming to himself as he hands things out.
Okay. Oliver?
And he might start naming them.
Yeah, I'm gonna just. I'm kind of watching this, and I'm just gonna casually pick up
You
a little
haven't
bit
heard Joego say anything.
right.
It's just the chittering of rats.
And so I'm just watching Joego, just like there's some rats talking to him, and then Jogo's like not saying anything, but he's going and getting food and laying it out for them.
Mhm.
You might see Joego moving his lips though.
Do
Yeah.
I think that he might? I don't think he's in mind controlled, right? Like Illithid's not gonna mind control him to feed some damn ass rats.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't think that. So yeah, I'm just gonna casually start to play a bit of a flute while he's. Let's see if we can't.
All right, give me a performance.
Pied Piper this guy or whatever.
I haven't done anything to Joego. Joego hasn't felt any ill effects on him.
I've never had to make a performance check.
What kind of
I
bar?
think-
What
I
kind of
think
game?
I-
What kind of game were you playing in, Cody?
Your game, Jim Davis. I have actor, but I don't think that adds anything to the perception casually. So yeah, just a 23 to flute it up a little bit while Joker's feeding them.
They appreciate the company music to their dinner. Their unexpected dinner, by the way.
Yeah, that's a little too close.
I got you. But a bunch of them like come up and like swarm and sit around your feet and like just sit on their hindquarters looking up at you.
Oh yeah, we're good. I am going to turn back to Robin. Kind of stop for just a second.
Yeah, Robin is just like staring at the rats, not moving with his daggers clutched, just like.
Get Jardon. Get Jardon. Make sure he's all right.
And he kind of like
Back-
snaps out
Back
of
to
it.
flute playing.
Yeah, he slips one dagger away and shakes Jardon and be like, Jardon, come back to us.
He's going to activate his
Some of the
intellect
rats dance. Sorry.
fortress
Mhm.
and his psychic readout. Start concentrating on that, which should protect from psychic energy and allow advantage on your mental saving throws. And he'll just be, they're quieting, but this is not them. Not them.
No,
Yes,
you can feel now that you're in the room with them, they are collectively a powerful psychic entity. But
Jesus.
and they sort of like sense you as you come in the room and you can feel their curiosity like a laser beam focused in on you.
All right, guys, we need to get Jardon out of here.
What is this? What is this?
Isn't one of them like eating?
What did you do?
I mean, do we all hear this? Is just Joego hearing
Yeah,
this?
you all hear it in your head. It's
shit.
just like unfiltered telepathy near them. You can all eventually like start hearing each other in each other's heads around them.
Neil Larry come through here. He bothered them.
Okay,
And just Joego thought that.
then Robin will think back like, well, then let us pass and we'll take care of Neo Larry. And we can
drove it
all get out of everybody's way.
We drove it away. To the north it fled.
The north.
Yes. you track it? Do you seek it out?
Yeah, we're gonna hurt Neo Larry real bad.
Yes.
Him not nice.
We already took care of old Larry. Now we're going after Neo Larry.
Very good, very good. We did battle with it and drove it from our den.
Ooh, you guys are strong.
We lost many of our brethren.
At some point, you can tell, like now that you're in here and Gerard's in here and some light, there are a lot of dead rats that are being like disposed of by other rats, basically.
Are you saying that they're eating them?
No.
Oh,
They
okay.
appear to be, they're taking them deeper in the den, like Secret of Nim style.
Oh, shit.
Jogo, so sorry for your loss.
Don't make me look up Secret of Nim. Please don't.
Be here all night.
They're going to take their tiny cranium rat brains and create a tiny cranium rat elder brain. And
No,
then
brain
you're going to have a
loss.
real problem on your hands.
By the way, just for the record, Jim Davis, as somebody who used to actually keep pet mice, they make great pets. But yeah,
love
they
rats. They're
probably they probably start by eating the eyes. That's never fun discovering when
doubt
one
it.
passes.
If they were feral rats, they would most certainly be eating them. But it's strange that they're not, right? Like you guys know rats.
Yeah.
They're not. They are not normal rats.
Sure. Yeah.
I feel you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the bit of food. We will be on our way.
We wish that all dwellers from the surface were as kind as you.
Yeah, Jogo, come back and we have picnic again sometime.
Right.
Sure.
Yes, perhaps we will visit you instead.
Jogo would like that.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll just
Jogo will meet you to introduce you to all the kids.
They also love music,
Excellent.
and we're back. We're just backing away.
I'm just
Backing
trying
away.
to pull Jardon
Backing
back.
away.
Slowly backing away from the giant horde of rats.
Start
Okay.
backing away with them, and then I like dart forward real quick. And when you come visit, we teach you to do the lightning glide.
That sounds dangerous.
No. And then Jogo thinks of dancing.
Ah, yes. Celebration. We understand this.
And we're backing away. Thank you. It was a wonderful meeting you.
All right, they go. I
Best
mean,
of
like
luck.
once you leave their immediate vicinity, you no longer hear each other's thoughts. The headache subsides, and there you are.
Person,
All
just
right.
find it. It's fine.
They drove it north. Let us head north.
That was long enough for to count as a short rest if anybody needs it.
Oh yeah, I'll take some of that action.
Really?
Well, we rested for like an hour in mental time. So
You guys were there for a while, right? Like, you did a song, you did a thing, you talked to them. They're
I-
rats, so they're still,
Cody, don't complain about getting a short rest.
Well, I mean, but
Take
we're
it.
chasing an enemy. I mean, all right.
I feel you. But it didn't have to be a full hour.
I'm game for whatever.
You feel
We've been
rejuvenated.
walking for a while. We haven't done.
You've
any-
also been walking down here for a while.
It's true.
It's tough going. Go north now, I guess.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let me do my fancy schmancy reveal.
Dun dun dun.
Partially collapsed wall over here. Looks like it might have been at one point another tunnel or something, but it's long ago been undone.
Whoa! I disappeared.
You sure did, man. What'd you do?
I just went to the corner. Oh,
I bet you clipped the fog of war there. Where am I at? Okay. Robin can see, like I said, to the sort of the northwest, there's like a collapsed tunnel towards the south east. There is an open room, and if Robin peeks his head in, you can see a collapsed section in the floor. That's it. He can see a collapsed section of the floor.
I will let them know. It looks like the floor falls away. And I'm going to move half speed and sneak in this room so that I'm stealthy. Hey, a 10-4, good buddy. So that's a 22.
10-4. Breaker.
Come on back. This is Dirty Bird.
There's a time in my life when I think I could have been a truck driver. You know, like you just by yourself all day on the road. First off, podcast, right? Like you do all kinds of podcasts, and those trucks, they look pretty sweet. I'll be honest, they look like spaceships on the inside.
Get your own cabin in the back.
It just depends what kind of truck driver you are, Jim Davis.
Who the hell knows what kind of truck driver I would be?
Spent a decade doing that too for heavy construction.
Damn, Dave, you've done it all, man.
I've worked shitty jobs. It's like a superpower.
So where are we at, Robin? Are you in the room? Are you up to the?
Yeah, I'm gonna like. I mean, this whole place is like just pitch black, right?
Yeah, there are no lights down here. Like in the first level, there was still like occasional light, occasional pools of dim light. Since coming down here, there's nothing. It is pitch black.
So yeah, I'm gonna get near. Yeah, so I see that this, as I get closer, is it just like a hole in the floor?
Yeah, it looks like a collapsed portion of a hole. Difficult to tell. Well, I don't know.
Well, then I'm just gonna like basically like when I get within like 10 feet of it, just kind of go down on the ground and like kind of crawl up to the edge to look over instead of standing over it. So it gives me some cover.
Gotcha.
Joego will walk right up behind him and just lean over.
You both see that about 50 feet down is a natural cave floor scattered with bits of masonry and debris.
Oh, Robin, I think this is gonna make Jardon happy. It'll make him feel like home.
I hope so, Joego. But I'll just kind of turn over and look at Jardon and be like, I'm not sure what will bring him back. It worries me, this change that has come over him.
Joego, no. Once we get back, Joego find him some flowers.
Yes, I'm sure that will do the trick.
And soup.
Yes. With flowers and soup, you could be the soup peddler.
I cannot recall the taste of soup, nor the smell of flowers, nor the touch of grass. I am naked in the dark. There's nothing, no veil between me and the darkness. I can see the wars with my waking eyes. We must end that.
Does Jardon still wear his robes of many items?
Nope.
Is he naked?
But he's got lots of necklaces and bangles and things of warding, but no armor.
But no clothes either, right?
Correct. I mean, like,
he's
loose.
really worried about that no clothes bit.
He's a lizard folk.
Joego can fix this. He can go shopping. Joego take Jardon shopping.
Yeah.
That will do the trick.
Joego knows all the best trash cans.
Right.
That's very true.
So, does anyone have rope?
I would assume I have at least 50 feet in my bag of holding.
I already used mine for the ladder, so.
Okay. Yeah.
Those are 10th level adventurers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm saying Jim Davis. I'm asking kind of like, is that reasonable?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got rope. Yes, I've got some right here. I'm gonna go down and I'm gonna kind of wink over at Joego. I'm gonna put my elbow way deep in the bag like Mary Poppins.
He's doing it again.
And pull out the rope.
I've heard tale of bags like that will bite your hand off.
Ooh.
Some wizards make them as pranks or as deterrents to thieves.
Yeah,
So you pull out your rope.
I mean, it's not a euphemism. I will get out some rope.
No, I feel you. And so what do you anchor it on? There's not a lot here. These are kind of bare rooms, mostly just bits of crap in the middle and corners and things.
There's no like heavy stone or anything along those lines.
There's
I
some
will
way
pull
up.
out my, since I have an explorer's pack, I will pull out my hammer and python, and I will hammer
Look at you
python
guys.
into the ground.
So proud of you
And
guys.
so we
with
can
your-
tie that off.
Yep.
We've never been adventuring before. We've never played D&D.
Are you sure it's
What
not
are we playing? What is this game?
I don't know what it's called.
I've always heard Titan.
Dungeons and
I've mispronounced everything, so I'd be a horrible person to really rely on.
I purposefully mispronounce a lot of things because it seems to really upset people.
Somebody thinks we should call the rats over and make a rat
on
chain.
the internet.
Dro.
I will fight the Dro.
Oh my god, please don't.
Oh, so Mike Merles today, he said Duergar. That's how we say it.
I've always pronounced it Dvergar because it's
more
Germanic,
of the Nordic.
right? Yeah.
Okay, so it is a piton. I will hammer a piton into the floor.
Folks, this is the kind of quality entertainment you're getting for your Dungeons and Dragons stream. I see there's quite a few of you watching us. I appreciate that you've stuck with us this far. You guys hammer a piece of metal into masonry and attach a rope to it. If it feels secure. If you take your time and there's nothing attacking you, you should be able to slide down into the cavern floor just fine.
I mean, I know they can all see down there, but I can't fucking see at all. So,
Correct.
Robin, how far down is this particular drop?
It's about 50 feet. You should be fine.
Perhaps a bit of light. I'm not particularly worried about giving away our location.
Let me go down first, and I'll make sure it's okay. And Robin just kind of like grabs the rope and like Batman just like into the darkness.
Robin,
I don't need light.
Oh, right. He fucking doesn't. Gentlemen, it's time for that third map.
Oh, snap.
Oh, shit. We're 3 maps deep.
3 maps deep.
That's how we roll on.
And Jim Davis, what did you use to make all these magnificent maps you see here on the stream?
I'll be honest, Cody. I need to fess up. I use Dungeon Painter Studio. Answers. I know it's.
How long did it take you to make these magnificent maps?
This triple set right here took me about 2 hours to make. And that's from concept to load it up into Fantasy Grounds.
I see that you've expanded your game with some drop shadows. It's very subtle and nice. Add some dimension to the wall here. It's very appreciated.
Yep. I'm trying to do some 2-tone stuff to give a sense of depth as well. And I even visited the workshop on Steam to download some new tokens, but I have yet to figure out how to get them to load up in the program. So
oh my God.
There's always something new to learn. Robin finds himself dropped into the middle of a cavern.
Bat shark repellent. Batman shark.
In the hazy half-life or half-light from Gerard Bouteilleux, his flashlight from 50 feet above you, you can see hazy. My bad. Share it. You can see hazy motes of spores and whatnot floating through the air.
You did say spores, correct?
Yes, spores.
Checking.
I'll put the rest of y'all's tokens kind of on the side because y'all are still 50 feet up. It is dark. There is no light other than, like I said, what Gerard is ambient light that's sort of leaking in from the shaft above. It's about 20 feet from the ceiling to the floor.
Okay.
And then, that's that. You see a short passageway leading north through the stone. These are natural caverns as well.
I'll kind of in a hushed, forced whisper, just like, it's clear. There's spores. Cover your mouth. And I'll, readjust my red bandana handkerchief.
Okay.
Not clear. Never clear. Always watching.
And move up here and kind of peek down that passage.
It's very cold as you get close to this. Passageway up here. Make me a perception check.
Oh my. It's gonna be a 17.
Yeah, you see something fuzzy on the walls.
Whatever you do, don't touch the walls.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Like, as Robin says that, Joego was like, okay, Joego not going to touch.
Okay. So who all's down here right now?
When he says that, I'll reach into the bag, grab a quick bandana, pop down as well.
Okay. Oliver's down.
Joego would have followed Robin
Joego.
almost immediately.
All right, Joego. Jardon. There we go. Yeah, it feels like a refrigerator, standing in front of a refrigerator door as you have this sort of look down this passageway that's in front of you.
Well, Robin, do you want to take a quick peek? Oh, wait.
Robin's off doing something. He's taking a leak.
He's probably grabbing a beer. Oh, it's almost like he's muted.
Yeah.
No, my cats are going nuts because I forgot to feed them right before the stream. Anyway,
That's much less fun.
Yeah.
Oh, Joego, take a peek down here.
All right.
Robin, after you. And I want to continue to stay behind Jardon. Because, again, I think I just saw him, like, explode a whole bunch of people's heads by freak accident up top.
Yeah, that was only like 2
One,
hours ago.
I kind of want to be behind him for selfish reasons. But I also want to, make sure he's all right and stuff.
So Joego gets close, and this passageway is like I said, it's sort of a natural passageway, less of a tight tunnel and more of just a weird crack in the rock. And there is sort of a carpet on the floor, or sorry, not the floor, like the ceilings, the walls, all of it with this fuzzy, sort of dark brownish, blackish mold or fuzz. How far into the fuzzy tunnel does Joego go?
Joego will go. So I guess I'll go. Just keep moving up to let more stuff. He'll try and stay away from the walls. Maybe even walking a little sideways.
Like I said, it's pretty frigid here, and as you get further into the tunnel, I need you to make me a Constitution save. DC 12.
All right. 17. Brr, Joego chili. Oh, chili. Joego could go for
It's going to take half this amount in cold damage. It's going to take 7 cold damage.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, it's pretty frigid, and you can almost sort of it's like really cold to you. I'd have you make an intelligence. I think I'm going to make you an intelligence check for Joego.
Don't worry, buddy. You got those glasses.
I do.
You can feel it sapping the heat from you. Like you feel, like when you're just too cold, and you just can't stop shivering. It's not quite there for Joego.
Joego don't like it down here. I remember Jardon used to be able to make it warm. Jardon, can you make it warm?
Too cold. Always cold, always dark. The shadows are coming. They will take all the light, all the warmth away. Can't make warm.
What's everybody else doing while Joego is exploring this tunnel?
Keeping Jardon squarely in front of me.
Robin.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Andrew. Yeah, I was following Joego, and I start to sense that, and be like, can we strike up a torch? Maybe that would help. I don't know.
I can do
Call
that.
of the void.
I think that's a great idea.
Nothing.
Like a torch.
Yep. Here's a few torches.
I strike them all.
Joego strikes.
Joego's just like carrying him as close to his body as he can.
Yeah, if you give him torches and tell him to light them, he will. And they won't really hamper him very much.
All right. You light the torches, and you can instantly see an explosion of brown spores in a cloud around Joego as they do that kind of thing. I need him to make a second Constitution save.
Yep.
DC 12. Did you get it?
Yeah, 15.
15. So that's, did it roll damage? It didn't roll damage. It's another 7 cold.
All
Well,
right.
you're not raging, right?
No.
I always forget it's when you're raging. Jogo's freezing his ass off in this tunnel.
Oh, Joego said this did not work the right way. It's so cold. I thought fire hot. For an instant, Joego thinks about touching himself with the torches and then thinks better.
You can see the end of it. Like you're almost through. You don't you're about to step out onto a patch of stone that has no more cold. It looks like it's just through this little twist and turn in here that the
Okay, so he'll go through and go out. Does it get any warmer?
It gets warmer.
He immediately turns and throws the torches down behind him like they're snakes.
Oh, God.
The spores just
They go to the hallway.
fill up. It's a brown haze in the
Joego no
in the tunnel.
understand. It's weird and cold and brown.
Can Oliver make any type of check here? Figure out what's going on through all this.
You can all put your heads together. Robin's familiar enough with subterranean, and maybe Jardon remembers something of his old life, perhaps. Y'all can put your heads together and make me an intelligence check with advantage.
Who has the best intelligence?
I got a 10, bud.
There you go.
Jardon.
That's a Jardon. He's the mystic.
What do we got? 26. Yeah, it's hard, right? Like you've pushed out so much of your old life to make room for this forbidden knowledge that you have. But you're pretty sure you remember that you get rid of this stuff by it shrinks when exposed to magical cold. Otherwise, you just have to endure it.
Do we just hear that in our head?
Thanks. When it's cold. Cold.
Yeah, don't we all? Anybody got any cold?
And Joego yells back, Joego got plenty of cold. Joego's so cold.
Well, then run back in the no.
Joego, make me a perception check.
Oh, perception.
Well, if nobody has any cold, then I mean, I'm just gonna have to.
I can detour me and someone.
I thought you have to see where you're going.
No, you don't. If I remember correctly, it's just
Remember,
you
we had
just
this
say
last
like
time.
200
They were
feet straight downward
yeah.
or something like that. So I'm gonna cast a message over to Joego and ask him like roughly how far he walked.
Joego run.
How many steps, buddy? How many steps?
Joego run for 7 big steps. Really cold. Throw torches.
7 big steps. Yes. Would you say it's about
Robin hears that and
20
he just
feet?
runs through the tunnel as quick as he can.
Okay.
He doesn't want it. He doesn't trust this.
Make me a DC 12 Constitution save.
And this is what brings him low. Oh, 13.
Ooh, there
Nice.
you go.
I got a 40-foot move speed, and I'm just gonna like dart through this tunnel.
Okay.
As quick as possible.
Yeah, it's frigid. Whew. You take 14 cold as you come through it, and it's like you come through it, and it's
Robin, how far did you go? I just need a space, really. 20 feet, 30 feet?
You need to come 30 feet to your 1130.
Yes. So I'm gonna with Robin's help now. I'm gonna try to detour and take Jardon and pass through this without taking any extra damage.
Cool. You open a portal in reality and step through. The floor of this room, while worked stone and tile, is cracked in numerous places and buckled so that it is in fact difficult terrain. Looking at the ceiling and everything, it looks like maybe this fell through one of the upper levels. You can see that there's a large opening towards the northwest there, with some fungus among us, and a smaller opening directly to the north there, where it's hard to see. There is a other room in here. I didn't realize Oliver was here as well. I'll share that. No. I don't know what just happened.
Nobody saw it.
Nobody saw it.
Oh,
Well,
you're doing all these ones and stuff over there.
All right, here. Let's do this one. I was gonna do all fancy and like contour the cave, but and Oliver can see that within the other one. This cave that Oliver can see, there's a big pile of some kind of nest off in this far corner.
You, Larry, made a nest.
Yeah, what? Yeah, can you describe the nest? Does it look slimy?
It does not look slimy. It looks like it's mostly comprised of old bits of trash that have been dragged down here, as well as rocks. It's sort of large and bowl-shaped. And there's also a ton of bones scattered all about. Mostly human. Refuse. Yeah, mostly humanoid. But yeah, refuse.
Gentlemen.
It's huge, chat. It's a huge nest.
Gentlemen, perhaps we have found what we came for. And if we didn't find what we came for, holy shit. Because then that means there are two things that we should be pretty much terrified of.
Yes.
Jardon,
Those
present company excluded. Which
Those ones
direction do you want to go?
make a nest. Not it. I don't think.
Jardon, you can make me a perception check real quick.
I've heard tale of the dire Cockatrice being down here. Maybe it's that.
I'm so sorry. I'm having computer issues, man. Could you read that for me one more time?
One.
There was talk of a dire Cockatrice.
Cool.
But it's cold, so it'd make it just a regular Cockatrice, right?
Right.
Oh yeah, that's why it's shrinking to the corner of the cave.
Exactly. Jardon thinks he hears footsteps splashing in the water or something, maybe to the south. But
so that should be with advantage, so I'll roll it again.
Okay.
4.
There it is, folks.
4. In this case, you actually see a short, about 18-inch tall, vaguely humanoid creature that looks like it's comprised of like filigreed mushroom and fungus sort of structures. And it kind of like peeks its head around. It's got a crude spear, more like a clutch of crude spears in one of its hands. It kind of like peeks around and then notices you, notice it, and pops back behind a boulder.
Oh, that guy's adorable.
Nature or Arcana?
You're proficient in both.
Mm-hmm.
Give me either with advantage.
Click. 17.
All manner of weird creatures live down in the Undercity. This could be a spontaneously sentient fungus that is just down here. You recall from your days that creatures like this just live down here, and they tend to be incredibly primitive and barely above like animal level sentience.
I'm not sure. It is strange, but not Leo, Larry.
He looked like fun guy.
All right, what do you guys do? You guys have been hanging out in this sort of weird intersection between several tunnels and rooms.
Oh.
I'm going to kind of hold and wait for somebody else in the group to make a decision.
I'll go look at the nest.
Okay. Joego goes and looks at the nest.
Seems like a thing I would do.
It's kind of over here. About Robin.
This room, you say, these parts that are like kind of, they're just collapsed in, right?
Correct. Yes, they're just collapsed in.
There's no other exits, right?
No, they have. If you go up and like check them out, you'll see that there are other ways to move around here.
God, dear God.
Cody was like, "You guys never do any dungeon crawls," and I was like, "Come on, You guys gonna go down.
I
We
didn't
didn't get it.
say
You
it with
guys
that
didn't
kind
get to
of
go in
fucking
and
attitude
he
about
called me
it.
out. He like, oh yeah.
I just said that we have not had many dungeon crawls on Saver Dice.
Those days are over, son.
We didn't get a chance to go in the sewers. So yeah, there is Robin just peeking his head in. There's a tunnel going north and a much larger tunnel going kind of northwest.
And I'm just going to do a quick investigation, just looking around, see if there's any more acid scoring. See, where they at for?
Dude,
Yeah.
just so many.
Jardon and Oliver, what are you guys doing?
Keeping Jardon
So many
in front of
floors.
me. I'm
Okay.
babysitting.
And Jardon's just
He's gonna try and attune as much as he can to the creature if he can find it.
okay. Make me an insight roll for Jardon.
Can do. 21.
So while Jardon is sort of tuning to his surroundings, he is. Let's see. He's attuning to his surroundings. He's sort of like picking up the psychic residue of this thing that he's been tracking. Joego is over here, sort of checking out this nest of some sort. There's, like I said, there's so many cadavers and bones of like what clearly look to be human, goblin, dwarf, like that are littered around this nest. You guys can hear to the north a sort of a wet, smacky noise that gets louder and louder, and then a bellowing roar as something comes charging out of the tunnels. And let's see. We're going to get ready to roll initiative here in just a second, because Joego, you hear the roar, and Robin sees a massive toad-like creature, tentacles flailing, it's sort of like pulling itself along this tunnel. It's clearly a little too tight for it to sort of fit. And it's sort of like massive, jagged toothed mouth and a great big tongue lolling out of it as it propels itself forward out of you, while that's what we see. So that's going to be initiative.
Dear God.
Mother of God.
Bow!
In
Yay!
the deepest, darkest sewers lurks a froghemoth.
It's so bad. All right.
I was so tempted to bring up that.
The froghemoth. Jeez. That's a 4.
You have to check out the Locrius YouTube channel. His D&D Deadliest are great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you might not want to play them with your child around though. They're really good.
And let me roll for another one. That's 5. That sucks. All right. So we had for initiative, we had a 19 for Oliver, a 14 for Joego, a 24 for Jardon, and a 6 for Robin. It's basically the same initiative order as before. Jardon, you're going to go first. Your senses are hyper attuned, right? And you're honing in on it, and you know that it's somewhere to the north of you, but it's like right up ons, and that's what you know.
And this is not it. Do I know anything about it?
About this thing that you see out of the corner of your eye?
Mm-hmm.
It's some monstrous being, a cast-off familiar that got too big, or a creature from another dimension that just found its way down here.
Okay. Let's stare at it and try and keep it from moving with an eye of horror.
An eye of horror.
Horror.
Ooh.
Looks like it failed.
Yeah.
So there's its effect. Can't move closer to me, and it takes. I'll just do the lowest point. 1.
1 psychic damage,
Mhm.
and it can't move closer to you, right?
Right.
Okay. And that means, by extension, it means it cannot move closer to Robin unless Robin moves. All right. You seem to have disturbed it. I don't know how, but you did.
Yeah.
That's good.
No, if my meta knowledge is correct, it doesn't need to move closer to Robin.
Right.
Oh,
How
shit.
about you move or do anything else?
No, he'll stay there.
Okay. Oliver.
Yeah, Oliver is about to go fucking ham on this thing. So he's gonna step up over here. Is this a wall right here? Jim
It's like a
Davis on the
pillar.
bottom?
It's like a pillar.
No, I mean back here. Is this like a wall?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna climb up.
Right.
And I want to just stay inside of it. So about 10 feet up or so with plans of continuing to climb. And I'm gonna cast Swift Quiver as a bonus action.
Okay.
I can't believe that's a bonus action. And so I'm going to cast spell and fire off two attacks at this bad boy. So I got a 20 for 13 magic damage, and I have that did not even roll a little bit on the thing. And then I have a 28 for another 12, so 25 magic damage.
25 magic
Just
damage.
Firing off these arrows.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure, 14 was the armor class. So both of those have hit, and they sink deep into its tough, leathery, gross hide. You said that was 25 damage?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, sir. And that's it.
And that's it.
Joego!
Hey, how many squares we got here? I hate the gray on gray. I think I have just like enough movement to get like there.
Oh, yeah. I think probably so. I bet if you dashed, you could get into the room if you want. But you got like 40 feet of movement?
Yeah. So I guess I will.
I think you can get a little further than that.
Yeah, but you're on about 35.
Yeah.
50.
Let's see. Yeah, so I dash and I am in here.
Cool. There you go. Robin.
So Robin is going to, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Perfect. So Robin is going to basically go straight east and swing around this pillar and try to use it to hide from the thing, and then pop around the other side and get a sneak attack on it. And then basically just roll backwards away from it. Because I basically can end up right next to Joego with my 40 feet of movement speed, thanks to mobility.
Okay.
Which also means I don't have to.
You don't get the attack of opportunity.
So that's my stealth roll to make sure I'm sneaky. So I get to attack with advantage on the attack.
So you're using the pillar to confuse it and come at it in a direction that it does not know. Let me see just how 31 is impossible for it to. Yeah. It's not. Yeah, I guess it isn't paying attention. Okay.
Wanted a 20. Oh well.
Actually, it got never mind. It got higher than the 3, but it's not.
So yeah, I pop out, stab it for 21, and then just basically like ninja roll backwards and end up like on this side of the pillar, next to Jardon. Or I'm sorry, Joego.
All right. So you got that. There we go. Okay, so you're back there next to Joego. Now
I can end up here.
My turn. All right, so it's kind of got the pillar in the way of y'all, but it can't move closer to any of you because it is so scared. So scared.
We all are.
Of what Jardon can do to it. But it does have a 20-foot reach, which I think gets everybody. So let's see. You can make 2 attacks with its tentacles. It is going to. Where is its tongue? Oliver.
Yep, 16
it's
AC.
Trying to snatch you up off the wall.
Don't do that.
Targets one medium or smaller creature can see within 20 feet of it. They must make a DC 18 strength saving throw. On a failed save, they are pulled to an unoccupied space within 5 feet of the Frogamoth.
I have
DC 18 strength, sir.
I have an 8 strength.
All right.
There we go. So I need I guess I need a 19 or a 20. It's a
You need a
10%
19 or
chance.
10% chance, bro.
10% chance. All right, here we go. Here we go.
1 in 10.
I'm on
Here
the
it
wall. I'm on the wall. I'm on the wall. Bow! Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, he pulls me in.
Okay, so he pulls you in.
Do I take damage also?
You do not take damage from a tongue. You just are within an unoccupied space.
Real important question.
Yes.
Are there a set of boots stuck to the wall right now?
That's a good question.
You funny as shit.
I don't know. I just want to know. Roll me a D percentile and we'll just call it 50-50.
How do I roll a 100? I honest to God, I don't know. 50-50? All right, so low is yes, the boots are on. High is they are, I'm still wearing them.
All right.
They are still on the wall. Rip me
Still
right
on
out
the
of the
wall.
boots.
I can make a bonus action attack against Oliver, and I will do that. I got a 29 to
Yeah,
hit Oliver.
that hits, buddy.
Okay, so you're going to take 3d10 piercing damage, and you are swallowed.
Yeah, that worked out great.
Well, at least you have your swift quiver, man.
I might not.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, you got it. Yes.
So
Now I'm gonna have to do
you
the
throw
high
damage at me.
over on this chump.
What's that?
I'm waiting on you to throw damage, bud.
Oh, it was. I already did. It was like
is. It's 24.
24 piercing.
Oh, okay. I guess I just didn't see that. All right.
All right, and then it's going to try to attack Joego. Around that.
But it does it. DC 12, right?
Mhm.
You're good.
Yeah.
Just barely.
A day 26 is absolutely going to hit Joego.
All right, and then that's going to be 19 bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled.
You
DC,
son of a.
DC 16 to escape. That is the Frogmoth, gentlemen.
That is. All right. Did I roll that nail or on my turn?
On your turn.
Okay.
It's Jardon's turn.
Stupid frog, you think you got Joego. Joego got you.
This is not what we're after. So he's calling out, not the threat, not the big one.
Oh no, it's a threat, all right.
That's right. He just ate Oliver.
You just like gulp up Oliver.
He's going to use let him go, and he'll just do the no save ability, just do a bunch of psychic damage to it.
Okay.
Which is the psychic, not blast. So many abilities for this.
There's so many abilities with Mystic.
Yep, psionic blast. Target takes 1d8 per psi points. So I'll just spend 7 and it'll take the damage because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Brah.
Jeez.
Let him go.
Let's see. Does any damage force this thing to let it go?
Yeah, but from the inside.
It's got to be from the inside.
Yep.
All right. Let's see. 33 damage. Nice. Okay.
He'll crack one of his crystals for that.
Yeah, you can see this thing sort of like stagger and hit the rock where it's at. It's now that y'all have fought it for a bit, it looks like it's kind of stuck, like it can't quite fully enter into the room. But obviously that's not a big problem for it. That's Jardon's turn. Oliver.
Yeah, so Oliver is going to cast Dimension Door and go out of there. Based on the spell, I can just do that. I can't move my token. I think it's under the Frogmoth.
Yeah, it's probably under the frog god.
Whoops, drag the whole thing. So I'm just going to use a verbal spell, pop out of here to just right back where I was.
Okay.
I'm
Right
going
back
to use
into the boots.
I'm going to use
right back into the boots.
I'm going to use a bonus action to make 2 more attacks because I didn't lose concentration.
Oh,
so a crit for another 13 magic damage and follow that up with another 27 for another 13 magic, so another 26 damage. And then I'm going to use my move action to move behind the wall.
Okay, so you have total cover from it.
Yeah.
All right.
That was unpleasant.
Joego.
All right. Let's see. I am going to. Let's see. Does Joego even notice? I guess he shot it with arrows, so he would notice he was out. Is what I'm guessing.
Yeah.
So Joego is. Oh, I'm grappled, so I have to get ungrappled. Joego will rage. That will be the first thing he does, and then he will try to get
DC
this thing
16.
off of him. Okay, this shouldn't be too hard, but that could be famous last words. 28.
Yeah, you get this ropey tendril off of you, and
Is that all? Is that the whole action, or the?
that's your action?
Okay,
Yeah, that's your action to escape the grapple. Let's see.
Well, I will move and I will get in its face.
Okay.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah.
We love you, Joego.
We love you, Joego. That's all I cared about.
We fucking love you, Joego.
Someone in melee, please.
Listen.
Robin's about to go.
Barbarian's
Robin's about to
everybody's
go
best
off.
Joego knows his job. He does it well, even if it's not intentional.
So yeah, that's your action and move. Robin.
Okay, now that Joego is in melee, Robin will jump up here. So that's 5, 10, 15. And he'll stab at it twice. First one is an 18 to hit.
About to
Yeah,
get
that
ugly.
hits. AC is 14.
It's gonna be
Boom.
23 damage.
Bow.
All right.
And I pop it again. No, sorry, disregard that. I clicked the wrong one.
6.
Another 8 damage.
Another
Roll a 4.
All right.
Still counts as a 4. 10, 15, 10. And then I totally move back behind this pillar.
Okay.
I'm just get back, run up there, stab it twice, and then run back oh shit.
All right.
You got it, Joego.
That's what happens. I see. Let's see. Here we go. Jardon and Oliver, Jardon, Oliver, and Robin can hear a sickening, slithering, oozing sound as this thing winds its way into view.
Oh shit.
And rears up on its head and sort of opens its tip
Oh my
like an
god.
orchid
Yes.
with little filial little tendrils all up in it. And I need how many of y'all need to make a dex save? It would suck if you guys died down here in the dark.
Forgotten and alone.
Thanks for the preface, Jim.
Jeez.
No one to mourn us. I think the rats would mourn Joego.
First off, yes. That's everybody. That's Oliver. That is Robin. That is Jardon. DC 18 dexterity saving throw as this thing spits a line of acid.
Oh yes.
All right.
Oh my god. Yeah. So you rolled a 20, I rolled a 19 as Robin just and since Robin has evasion.
Yes.
Joe,
you didn't need to roll. I needed Jardon to roll. My bad.
Got all
I think I might
excited.
have said-
Rolling dice gets me going.
Oh, look
Jeez.
at that! Fuck you, Neotella.
Oh my god. Jeez. So it's 36 total, which was half of that's 18. Nice.
And I basically just mirror Jardon's pose. And so all the acid hits him and he kind of takes some of it and I don't because I have evasion.
There's a Jardon cutout that goes past you. That's amazing.
So that's what this thing, it shows up and spews a line of acid at you, and then the Frogamoth attacks.
Oh god.
Let's see. Here we go.
Okay, I'm so sorry, chat. Can you remind me how much damage I took the first time? Because that added 18, but it didn't really add 18 just now. And I can't remember. I had it all set, and I don't remember what it was at. They just moved it to 24, and it's way more than 24. Chat, thanks. Sorry, Jim.
Oh, no problem. Chat, you guys are on top of Oliver's hit points.
Probably.
They're like, he's dead. He's just fucking dead.
It was like
Just-
3D10
Well, you
or
took
something
19
like
from
that.
the
19.
Frogmoth.
Yep, that's what I was
Yeah.
looking for. Thanks, bud.
19. All right. There you go. Joego. Okay, let's do this. You escaped its grapple the last time.
He's just gonna be like, oh, nom,
Yeah,
nom,
but
nom.
this thing might be trying to bite you.
Nice.
That's a 1. That's a bad miss. It attempts to bite you. And
Joego just
obviously
stiff
fails.
arms it.
Right. It's sort of like as it's attempting to bite you, it like bites down on its own tongue. And it doesn't look like it's going to be able to use that tongue for a while anymore. But it does make some bludgeoning attacks against Joego with its tentacles as it tries to get at you. Does a 19 hit Joego?
It does.
The 19 hits Joego. That's going to be 19 bludgeoning damage, and Joego is grappled.
Oh, that's gonna be annoying.
Yeah. But you're like right up on it when it's grappled you.
Oh yeah, so I can
Yeah.
it's fine.
Jogo's
Jogo's got him right where he wants him.
I get to know another. I do. Does Robin looks like Robin has total cover.
I have total cover.
Yeah, it looks like that's all right. So it doesn't. It has no other targets. That's all of mine. So it's going to be Jardon's turn.
Robin is an expert tactician.
Round 3.
Finally. Finally he gets to face it, and he'll just kind of psychically scream at it, "Get out of my head!" He's going to use destroy it. He's going to use his Mantle of Command, his biggest ability, overwhelming attack. As an action, choose up to 5 allies you can see. Each of those allies use their reaction to take the attack action.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Nice.
So I'll let you pick. He wants you to kill the Neolithid, but you can choose what you want. And then he'll no, he's gonna stand straight in front of it.
Okay.
Jim, will you since I'm hiding from the Frogmoth, will you allow me to attack him, or do you think I would have to attack down at the Neothelid?
You have a ranged weapon and line of sight on the Neothelid, so you're gonna have to attack that one.
Sure.
And then I guess
That's attack action. That's not making an attack. That's all your attacks.
Yeah, that's all of the attacks that you otherwise get.
But we can't move.
It doesn't look like anything lets you move. So if you want to, you would have to use do you have a ranged weapon handy, Robin?
Well, I mean, I have my hand crossbow, but I don't know if I can draw that, since you can technically only draw that while moving.
I think you can handle a dagger and a hand crossbow. You're not trying to like juggle a maul and a greatsword.
Right. So I basically like flip the dagger up in the air, pull my hand crossbow out that's loaded, and fire that off, and then drop it and catch the dagger.
Okay. That's good. And then Joego can attack the only one he can attack.
Alrighty then.
And this is just a normal attack. I don't have anybody. Yeah.
Correct.
So I do roll a 4 for damage.
Boom.
8 damage from my hand crossbow.
All right. Pew, pew. How about what about how much did Oliver Ridley do?
Just 7. Just 7.
7.
I rolled a 20 to hit and 7 damage.
Did you get 2 attacks?
So is it the attack action?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry. Then
Yeah,
yes. Then 19 for another 12. So yeah.
Sweet. And
Another
Joego?
19 damage.
All right. Oh, that's a 19,
that hits the Frogmoth.
and that's a 20.
Yep. 2
So,
attacks.
so 12 and 13. So Joego is it's like got his tentacle wrapped all around his chest and torso. And Joego is just double fisting overhead, just slamming his fist down on the Froghemoth's head. Let Joego go! Let Joego go! No, eat Oliver!
Nice. You're just beating it bloody. I mean, it's got like several arrows sticking out of it as well, and it's been stabbed deeply several times by Robin. and it's just looking haggard and beat up. Sweet. That was an awesome power. Oliver, your go.
All right, so I'm going to step over here, and I'm going to put 4 arrows in this creature holding Joego, and I'm going to kill the shit out of it.
All right.
So we've got a 19 for... is that not rolling? Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, chat. 19 for 10, followed up by a 14. Might get
14
there.
hits.
Holy
Got a
crap!
4.
Awesome. For another 9, and then another 19 for another.
Your second attack
10?
kills it.
Okay.
So your second attack, as you draw it back, it like sinks deep, and the first one staggers it a bit, and you can see the tentacle on Joego slacken somewhat, and then your second one hits it, and it sort of like the tentacle around Joego immediately uncoils, and the thing sort of like groans and lets out a grasping, croaking breath before it just kind of like hangs in the crack of the tunnel.
Well, 1 down, and then I'll move over. Do you want me to use that 19 and 10 on the Neothelid then?
Sure.
Cool. So 19 on the Neothelid for 10 damage, and then I'm going to follow that up with my 4th arrow, 28 for another 13 magical damage.
Nice.
And then I can still move. I'll move there.
Okay.
And that's it.
Nice. Yeah, the Archer Bard is like really strong. I'm really feeling it. I'm really feeling it. I like
With the froghemoth dead, the party turned their energies towards the Neolithic. Time to kill it.
Boom, 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 boom. Joego, your turn.
Joego is going to pluck the arrows from the froghemoth as his interact with an action.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to sprint down to here, and he's going to just throw them at Neo Larry.
All right.
Because he doesn't have enough movement, and he's got Tavern Brawler, so they're improvised weapons.
I'll let you even treat him as a dart or something.
All right, so winging them, 22. And a 14.
4s have had a good showing tonight.
I know, right?
The 4s have had a very good showing. I'm feeling it, but its AC is 16, so
Okay.
14's gonna miss.
All right, so I don't believe I get rage damage on this. So
I don't think so.
it's just going to be 8 points as I throw them.
All right.
Where they at, foe?
It's about to get really crowded up in here.
Mm-hmm.
Open her. Open.
Yeah.
Leave some Neo Larry for Joego.
8 damage.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind.
Up in here.
Robin,
man, he's not one for casual fits of heroism, but this is the thing. Does it have any discernible like eyes that he has seen in the few interactions? Like,
it's all tubes and tentacles. It's just a series. It's tubes all the way down.
yeah. And how big is it?
I mean, it's fucking huge. It's probably like 60 feet long. Half of that is mouth that just sort of like I said, splits open like an orchid with these long multiple tendrils that come out of a lamprey orifice.
Yeah. So
it's thoroughly alien.
yeah, so it's thoroughly alien. It's really gross and it's really huge. So
it bleeds.
It does bleed, and so that means we can kill it. So what
It's
I want
totally
to
hentai.
what I totally try to want to do is basically run right at it and like leap and use its own mass to hide my body from it. So basically I want to try to move into its threat range and hide using it. If possible. If not, just tell me to F off.
You can try it. You don't know what this thing can do, but
Right.
in theory, it should work.
Yeah, I'm going to try to just get behind its head, because I assume that it uses its head to sense. And so use its own body to whatever. Anyway, so I'm going to move up, do that, try to stealth, and then pop an attack off. So I got 25 stealth as I move
Okay.
like kind of over here.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to try to stab it. Now,
You may attempt that.
may I attempt it with advantage from being stealthy?
Yeah, you can. You notice, I mean, you carry a unique combination of items that make you invisible to creatures that otherwise sense thoughts and emotions and whatnot. So yeah,
I'm like a ghost to this thing.
yeah.
Please give me a 20.
Oh, look at the 4! Look at the 4!
That 20.
4 on advantage 4.
12's not gonna hit.
That was meant to be, buddy.
You are Noah Treaties.
Yep.
Oh.
My name, Robin's name was not a killing word in that round. That's it.
That was Robin's go. Here we go. This thing is gonna do a thing. It is going to. It sort of is like locked in this psychic combat with Jardon, and you can feel it pressing its will and its alien intent upon your very ego, your psyche. And I need you to make a DC 16 intelligence saving throw.
Come on, buddy.
Excellent.
It's trying to break your will.
Come on, buddy.
You're gonna take some psychic damage.
I'm an intellectual fortress, baby.
Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy.
So I'm going to use my psychic parry.
Take 6 psychic damage from this
Maybe
powerful assault.
Suck it. Nope.
All right, and fight off the feeble mind that it was trying to impose upon you.
No, you will not win.
You can see it flashes of the fleet of Mind Flayer hive ships traveling through the void as it attacks you. Well, that was a bust. Oh, does it recharge its breath weapon? Yeah, it does. It's going to be Jardon's turn.
All right, he's going to bore back into it psychically, and he's going to use his ego whip. So he needs to make a intelligence save. Looks like he failed.
Yeah.
The creature is only able to use its action next turn to dodge, disengage, or hide. And it takes 17 psychic damage.
All right.
We will dive you out. Done.
Whose turn is it? Oliver.
All right, so Oliver, he's going to step up here. And he's going to do his thing. So he's going to fire off. Ooh, look at that natural 1. Follow that up with a 20.
20 hits.
For, man, these freaking ones. For 7. And then a natural 20.
There you go.
Right there.
Whoops, that did not roll enough. Oh, man, look at these. 1, 2, 1. Jesus. For another 9. And then another attack, 22 for 9 more damage.
All right.
Look at those rolls, man. Damn it.
Man, it all adds up.
A 1, a 2, a 1, and a 3.
Plinking away. Just plinking away at it.
All right, so the total was what? 9, 7, no, excuse me. 9, 9, and the first go was 7. So 25 more magic damage.
Okay.
And then I will move back, and kind of as my action, I will draw a new quiver from my bag.
Okay.
Filled with arrows.
Gotcha. Joego.
All right, Joego will run up to it. He will do what Joego does, and he will punch it.
Punch.
25. For 11 points of damage. Joego will then use his bonus action to grapple it.
Yes.
Nice. That's 11 damage.
Not so great. 17 for grapple.
17 for the grapple. Let's see. It doesn't have a skill in it. Jeez. I know you managed to.
All right. So Joego is actually, oh yes.
Oh my god.
Brutal critical. I finally get to use that ability. So Joego actually uses that grapple check to pull himself up and wrap his legs around the Neo Larry, and he drives his fist into Neo Larry.
Nice.
For 16 plus, I believe I get another die. For 18 points of damage.
18 points of damage. All
All
right.
right, for a punch and not being a monk.
Exactly. Yeah, so you just like land a great big haymaker into it as you drive your fist there. It seems to reel from your physical assault, but punching it's like sort of punching a half-empty punching bag. It's gelatinous, sort of wormy, spongy flesh absorbs a lot of your attacks. But you got good ones in. Whose turn is it now? It's probably Steele's
Robin,
turn.
right?
Okay. So I start to realize that this thing can kind of lose me. I don't know. I think that realization will start to set in.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to try the same thing. He's basically going to, as Joego's wrestling this thing, just like jump over one of its coils and like hide amongst it. Because I basically want to try to hide and get that advantage to hit. So yeah, that's like a 31 stealth.
The 31 stealth to kind of like keep vaulting over it and around it because it's coiled up in on itself and it's sort of like reacting towards a lot of other things.
Do it, damn it! Oh well. But still, he'll come up and just stab it right in the side of the head for 24 damage.
All right.
And he ends up like over here somehow. As he's just like jumping between coils and stabbing it and then doing a backflip out of the way.
Okay. And that's the end of the turn. So I can do it. Failed that ego whip. Correct?
Correct. So it can dodge, disengage, or hide.
Okay, it's going to dodge. That's its action. Then that's its action. Jardon.
Okay. He's going to use, because he's all but out of his psychic power, he's going to use his consumptive power ability, which will take his health and try and rip through its brain and use his full psionic blast. Boom.
Boom.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Oh shit.
That's nice. That's very nice.
Jardon's health withers a bit, but he's okay with that.
Do we need to be worried that we're in the line of fire?
Nope, that's all on it.
I approve of this power.
Yeah, that's a good.
I
That's
heard
a
it
nice
here
power.
first.
So yeah, you're just like rip into it with a wave of psychic energy. You can see its spongy flesh quiver and its inner tendrils kind of coil up in on themselves. It absorbs the full brunt of your psychic blast.
As a bonus action, he's going to try and, as he's ripping into its psyche, try and mind meld and rip out whatever knowledge he can of where these things are or how to get to them.
Okay.
Done.
All right. Oliver.
And in doing so, you accidentally open a portal.
Yeah, so Oliver's going to make a bunch of attacks at disadvantage, right? Because it took the dodge action.
Correct. Yeah, all attacks against it right now are at disadvantage.
That did not roll. Let's try this one more time. There we go. So yeah, 12. Not going to get there. We've got a... Golly, look at these fucking rolls. 3 and a 5. Second arrow's not going to get there. Do I want to cast a spell? Nah. All right, so 16. That gets there, right?
16 hits. 16 hits.
Okay. So we'll do another 14 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then at disadvantage again, we've got a 14. And then I will pop back.
Yeah, inspiration, man.
Let's see.
That's some bardic inspiration.
I fire off 2 arrows with my bonus action.
With your bonus action.
That's a good trade.
Yeah. All right. So you continue to pop in and out. Let's see. Oliver's hanging back, right? You're not quite in the thick of it.
No.
And you can see out of both the tunnel that sort of leads to the southwest here, as well as behind you, more of those little short little fungus men are like peeking out, like, what the fuck's going on over here?
They might have they got a bag of popcorn.
I'm just gonna yell, "The Stalker of Nezra!" and have Gerard just like slowly start to float towards them and like throw the flashlight on his face.
You guys are so mean to the Undercity dwellers. When they rise up to attack the city, I think we deserve it.
Yeah. Joego, it's your turn.
All right, so Joego is riding this thing like a bucking bronco. And he's just going to just start launching some attacks and start trying to pummel it with disadvantage, of course.
Dude, the disadvantage is brutal.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Brutal disadvantage.
Look at
That's
that,
a
man.
13. Oh, that's a 1. So that's a miss. Whoa. Stand still, Neo Larry. Stand still.
It's all wiggly.
It's all wiggly.
Oh,
That is
shit.
Hey.
29.
Wait.
Oh, you know what? It would have been like a 24 instead, I think.
Yeah, it would have been 24. You rolled with advantage instead. Yeah, the 16 still hits. So.
Screw you, Neo Larry. 16.
No, dude, I think that gets there.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, it
16
hits, but yeah, I'm a little sad about not getting the 20. So 13 and 12, so another 25, pummeling away.
25.
Yeehaw, Neo Larry, yeehaw!
Yeehaw! All right. Robin.
All right. As fate descends upon Robin Steele, he will continue the tactics that has gotten him this far. So he is going to do another stealth check as he sees Joego jumping and bucking and blah blah blah. So 15. Don't know.
Let's see this time around.
Actually,
the 15 doesn't get through it.
So I have to roll with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh well. Here we go.
Oh man! You guys on stream can't see it, but it was a 20 and a 2. I hate that they can't see the extra rolls.
Now you can see it in the thing. It says it dropped that 20 right there.
Oh yeah, it does.
It says dropped 2-0.
I feel your pain. I feel it.
Ah,
10,
I thought taking away its attacks would have been a good thing.
It would have been such an
Yeah, it didn't get to get to attack
epic.
again. I'm gonna let's see. You're gonna attack with do anything with your bonus? Or you
No, I tried to hide
stealth.
my bonus.
That's true. Stealth bonus action. All right. Well, I find myself with another turn.
Yeah, why'd you bother? It can't even. It hasn't been attacking.
Yeah, it's just been chilling. It's like, guys, why are you even tripping? It is going to use its acid breath, and I'm going to say that if Oliver passes, basically your cover gives you
+5.
whatever. Yeah, +5.
3/4 cover is +5.
Yeah. She's like darting in and out and shit. But otherwise, Joego, Jardon, and Oliver need to make me DC 18 dexterity saves as it spits acid again.
so I'm just gonna get a +5 to this.
Yeah.
So 19.
So I have a question. Since I'm like kind of riding it, can I use it for some cover?
Yeah, I give you like half cover from it.
All right, that's a +2, and I will take that. Oh, generous GM.
Did it roll the thing?
That's a 19.
So it looks like Jardon is the only one that didn't pass. Yeah, it's gonna maybe rough. 33 acid damage full.
3, 16, 8 points of acid damage.
Nice. How's everybody looking?
I've got
Rough.
a bunch of things left.
I got 8. It's the thing that
Math.
happened.
I got 85 or
Has
something.
Robin taken any damage at all?
Yeah, I've taken 14. I'm good. I'm at 50.
All right. So that's what it does. It just like spews its acid, and because like Jogo's sort of on it and riding it like a bucking bronco, it's sort of like the acid sort of goes everywhere. It catches some of the fungus people, and they start to dissolve and scream and shit.
Gerard, no.
Yeah, this is the wrong Gallagher show to sit in the front row of.
Right.
Pneumatic. Forget the sledge-o-matic.
Yeah, and let's see if it's gonna do anything. It's just sort of like sitting there. I don't want to take the attacks of opportunity.
How many people are listening? They don't even know what
Jardon.
Gallagher is. Sad.
Who knows? Anybody
First
in
off,
chat?
it's not
Chat,
that
you guys-
sad that people
you guys
don't know who
know
Gallagher
who
is.
Gallagher is?
Okay.
I think you can go through your life without knowing who Gallagher is.
Right.
And be okay.
But the real question, do you know
Smash it
about
with a
his
fucking fruit with a hammer. That's a smash fruit with a hammer. That was his whole.
That was the whole thing, and
this
they
whole
loved
thing? He
it.
sold out fucking stadiums
Yeah.
with that shit.
You know how popular that guy would have been on YouTube? I'm just saying. Okay, he'd have been a multi-millionaire on YouTube.
Like him and
He
the
was
slow mo
already
guys
a
would have. Him and the
multi-
slow mo guys would have gotten together and made billions.
Yes.
Jardon.
Okay. I'd like to use my psionic surge feature, which will force disadvantage on his next saving throw. And that's not it. And he's going to spend all the psi he has left to cast. So he's going to, in connection with his mind, paint a picture. I'm going to role play a little bit. Now he's used his World of Horror before, but now he's going to send a message through this, maybe to reach the masters, of an enormous Joego ripping tentacles off of things, of arrows flying with brilliant precision, ripping apart the big brains and whatever, and of Robin slashing, like darting around like Master Yi or something, and give them a taste of the horror to come when the Saber Dice crew catches up with them.
Nice.
So he'll have disadvantage. I guess you got to roll again.
All right.
And
this is a wisdom
charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw. All right. That was
I guess I could just drag it over on him again, but
yeah, let's give it another one.
Okay. Dunk. Okay, well, he'll take half because he's not so afraid. He'll take half of that, and he's not frightened. I guess I didn't paint a scary enough picture.
Gotcha. Yeah, he sort of like fights it off, and you can tell, like in your psychic connection with him, that it's also, this is an isolated entity, not yet connected to any hive mind or anything like that. But your psychic assault seems to have had some effect on him. The creature is slowing down a bit and is clearly suffering from numerous arrow, dagger, and fist pummeling wounds. Oliver.
Yeah, man, it is go time. So Oliver's going to step out and fire off 4 more arrows at magic damage, no longer at disadvantage. So 17 gets there.
Correct. 17 gets there.
For 10 damage. We've got a 19, which gets there for another 8 damage. Dude, these D8 rolls are killing me. We've got a 23 for another 10. Something over a half, please. Natural
there
20.
You go.
Natural 24, just a little 2 or an 8 plus another 5. So 13. So 13, 23, 31, 41 points of magic damage.
41
He makes
points of magic damage.
Makes that bow sing.
Just boom, boom, just not letting it go. Just magically, the arrow's popping into Oliver's hands as he's just rifling these things off at a really plump and massive target.
Yes, correct. This thing is, I don't know how it's got 12 arrows sticking out of it so far, something like that. It's bleeding this mildly caustic, iridescent blood. It's sort of like a light purple with an oil slick quality to it, sort of green, sort of blue, and it's created the whole thing is, the area where you're fighting it is between the acid and the blood. It's gotten very slick and
I imagine Joego's covered in this stuff by now.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get a hell of a skin rash between this and the black pudding. It's Joego's turn.
Yeah, I always use FPF 50.
Yeah.
Good call.
I got you. Finn.
Continuing with the pummeling, 22. Oh,
Look at that! Look at that! Look at that!
That's a crit.
Yeah, that's I'll roll the damage on that crit now. That's going to be 15, 17 points, and 13. And then we will bonus action attack.
Okay.
And that's another 11.
41.
All right.
41.
So
Pummeling with those brass knuckles. Wow.
Oliver's got his arrows that he's firing at it. Jogo's pummeling with his fists, and Joego can feel the thing's life force, unnatural and alien such as it is, give way beneath his onslaught. Joego, how do you kill this thing?
Joego actually just like plunges one fist in, then plunges another, and just reaches deep until he's like up to his chest in the Neo Larry, and wraps his hands around some kind of an organ in there. He doesn't even know, and just wrenches it out.
Awesome.
Nice. Yeah, you just rip this thing's whatever this thing here is, just like rip it right out. It's all pale purple and gross veiny flesh, weird slimes and bodily fluids spew forth from this thing as it dies, thrashing and collapsing, with Joego ripping this fucking thing out of its throat. Robin, I need you to give me a quick dex save to see that you don't get hit by the thrashing of this thing. In fact, Jardon as well.
That's a 22. As
Yeah,
I
you easily dodge out of the way.
backflip away from it.
Yeah, both of you. And it just like flops hard and lifeless onto the cavern floor.
Jardon, in a uncharacteristic, you've never seen him before, rage, is just tearing into it with his claws, and he just looks so like getting some revenge for all the horror he's suffered thus far.
Nice.
Joego just like as it flops down, he lands on his feet, and he's just like kind of covered in gore head to toe, and he just has this big stupid grin on his face. See, Neo Larry, now you dead. And Jardon might eat you. He's a little crazy now.
Yeah. There's a couple of the fungus men crying near the Frogamoth.
Oh, I will go investigate.
Yeah, they're like wailing.
Joego, could you get my shoes, please? I kind of point to them. They're like about just a little higher than I want to be able to jump and grab them.
Oh, I thought you dimension door back into them.
No, that would have been dope. That would have been really dope. I mean, we can retcon that.
I thought you did.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I thought that was exactly what you did, because you can choose where you go.
I guess that's true. I guess I just didn't think I could be that accurate, but why not? Why couldn't I be that accurate?
Why
Fuck
not? Fuck it. That's it,
What
gentlemen.
wrong, little guys?
Oh!
I'm gonna go check out that nest.
Okay, I'm gonna go check out the nest. The nest is a mess, but just a quick glance from Robin's trained eye can tell that there's a bunch of jewelry, little stuff that was eaten and then crapped out.
Yeah.
By the
Damn
bugs.
it! All that
There's
work for nothing.
There's a foul smell coming from the corridor up above. A group of about 8 of the fungus critters are in a semicircle around the Frogamoth. They're like on their knees, prostrating themselves before it. One of them's got a crude bowl filled with something that they keep trying to feed to it.
I believe we killed their god.
I mean, I could quickly put an arrow in each of them before they even realize. No, I'm kidding.
Looks like we're having mushroom soup tonight, boys.
Jardon, my friend.
Yeah, Robin can find some stuff. Sorry, go ahead.
No, not Jardon, my friend. I hope that has eased your pain.
No, we should end, but it is only the beginning. The masters are still out there, still watching, still coming. But maybe there is hope.
There is always hope, Jardon. We have faced things worse than this before, and we have defeated them. We will defeat them again. We will protect this town. We will throw back this invasion.
I agree. It appears I am back for good, and I am so happy to have you all, my dear friends, here with me.
Freeze frame.
Yeah. So what's y'all's we can kind of do a little epilogue, whatever it is that you guys feel like doing. I mean, how long would y'all stay down here?
Well, Joego is definitely trying to calm down the mushroom people and talk to them.
Yeah, and I got a 22 on my deception to tell them that there was nothing in the nest as I gather everything that's in the nest.
Okay. All the little trinkets and things.
It's for the orphans.
Right.
Clearly Robin still.
Yeah, the fungus people are beside themselves and barely, I mean, they don't really have a language that
What's
much.
in the bowl?
It looks like some gross mushroom paste that they've made.
Well, Jim Davis, you magnificent bastard, thank you for taking us back on a journey with these characters. I gotta say, I loved season 2, but it is a lot of fun to return to Oliver and Jardon and Joego and Robin. I'm a little sad that we didn't get to see Vandermouse, but you know, maybe next time. Andrew Armstrong, thank you so much for hanging out with us, buddy. You are welcome back whenever you want to come back, as you know. So we love gaming with you, man. Thanks for coming back for a 2-week event as we kind of reeled from our, look at that silver play button. Fancy. No, hold it up, man. Hold it up. Let's see it.
Yeah,
Let's see it. Let's see it.
Show it off. Show it off.
Oh!
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Hey, Cody, can I make a quick announcement?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Hey, guys. A couple of Nerdarchy's friends, they've put together a documentary, The Art of D&D, Eye of the Beholder. Every artist that has ever touched D&D is involved in this thing. They're running a Kickstarter right now. Go check it out. They're halfway funded first day, and we know the people that are doing it. They're really good folks, and they will be showing it, doing the first showing of it at Gen Con this year, the first screening. So I'm really excited about that.
Well, cool. We'll go check it out, and we'll put links. We'll put some links down, and Twitter and all that stuff. We'll throw that up. As you guys know, next week we are back here on YouTube, same time. We loved the new time. It's a little bit earlier. We think everybody else has been digging it so far. It's been fun to see how many people are able to make it to the earlier showings. And so live instead of just watching it later. So we're back here next week, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on YouTube's youtube.com/SaverDice. And we are back with Season 3. I'm going to be behind the helm, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to have some fun gaming experience with you guys. I hope you are all as pumped and as excited as I am.
Well, if we have even half the fun that we did tonight.
Oh, Jim Davis. And of course, Will Jones with Encounter Roleplay will be back for that show with his dwarf Grendel brew, which we're really excited to see in person.
Yes.
All right, guys. You guys got anything else you want to announce before we're out of here?
That's it.
How about that?
No, that's it.
Thanks for joining us. We always appreciate it. And
check out the new web DM on pirates. It'll make Cody love it.
Video.
Very, very piratey. I don't hate pirates.
Are there pirates sailing on dinosaurs?
That I would hate. I would fucking hate that. All right, guys. We'll catch you later.
Yeah.